Hi, welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself this week. Unfortunately, Tasha couldn't be here this week, but we'll cross our fingers for next week. So you just got me, Steph. So this is for recaps for the week of October the 10th through the 16th of 2022. And as always, we'll start with the Forsaken. Last Monday on the Forsaken, as most of the group waited to see if their mass suggestion plan had worked, Tegan went invisible once again and moved towards the back of the Grimoire auction house and into the room most of the guards had entered into. There, he saw the cloaked figure struggle with the guards, eventually losing in a grapple and thus losing the time device. Then, since the objective of those affected was to bring the device to Rhaenyra, the affected guards began passing the device off as they moved out of the room and closer to the group still waiting on the main floor. Juniper bridged the gap, however, and brought the device directly to Rhaenyra, allowing them all, except Tegan, of course, because he was still invisible in that back room, to bamf back to their room at the Pear Inn. Tegan stayed to pickpocket the stunned cloaked figure before heading back on his own. Back at the inn, the group discussed the events and what to do next, with Tegan lifting 50,000 gold back at the auction house off of the cloaked figure, amongst a few other things, including a library coin, one of those gold coins from the libraries that the group has encountered before. The group agreed to give 20,000 gold back to the auction house to pay for the item and split the rest, but with an added twist. Zavar then stealthily drops off the gold, staying long enough to see if their plan had worked, which is the twist that they added. And Morgana's surprised and frightened reaction when she pulls out the gold and a golden coin from the library. I think they also sent one of the those like red jewel sending stones that they gave them to use if they ever change their mind. I think they put all of that in there, I think. And as well as a note that was signed to the library. So, and Mordana, who was the kind of, it seemed like the owner of the auction house, seemed very surprised and a bit frightened when she opened it up. So on Wednesdays, the Penumbra Assembly, the adventurers have a revealing and lengthy conversation with Kasula Amakir, Lady Lyra's mother, in her forest home. Let me activate this marker. Haha. So injured, Giovanni helps her with her bandages just in time for her to brew some tea for the group. They find out that Kasula had been looking for another phoenix that day, which is when they found her in the woods and saw the phoenix, like even the day before. But Kasula had been looking for her friend, yet another, which was also a phoenix. It was her friend, and yet another one of Lord Callum's ex-wives, Narathana. Apparently, Narathana had also been banished to the forest, except in the sustained form of her favorite bird, a phoenix. And once Lord Callum caught Kasula visiting Narathana, he trapped them both in the forest, their energy and life weakening if they tried to escape back to the city. A music box sat by the window in this forest home that they were talking to Kasula in, that kind of kept drawing Kasula's attention, seemed to call to Kasula. And after some investigating and convincing, they find that not only there was a charming effect on this music box, which Draxlin recognized as looking eerily similar to the box that he saw back at the estate when he was talking to Lady Lyra. But that there was a charming effect on this box, but that it served as like a shared spell anchor. Destroyed after they destroyed the box. I think that they used something to kind of break possibly the bond between the box and Narathana destroyed the box with Joe's axe. But after they destroyed it, they realized that if they found the other, what other item was holding down the spell, which they kind of assume might be the spell that's keeping the animals transformed as well as Narathana in the phoenix form, that they may be able to stop it. Leaving the woods with Kasula, they send a message to Quinn to let Satara know, which is Lady Lyra's kind of second hand, um, that they were out of the forest. After a short rest, Satara finds them, revealing that not only are the guards looking for them in droves, but that Lord Callum was back in the plane and planning a wedding for Lyra that would happen in one day. Heading back to the city, they're stopped by some guards and taken in to speak with Lord Callum at the estate at Lord Callum's request. Um, they do know at this time that Lord Callum is an archfey, so definitely powerful. And also, they also notice, I didn't put in here, that they notice that the townsfolk, which they know that they're being paid off to like stay there, that the townsfolk also seem very resentful of them. So yep. So going into In Extremis, our days in Extremis, fearing the worst, Zia and Brilith, because we had ended the week before that there was a huge explosion in the caves that they were trying to escape with the people that they rescued. Fearing the worst, Zia and Brilith head back to check on Sinister and the source of the explosion in the caves, as Grundy marches on with the rescuees. Brilith has trouble breathing and has to stay back, but Zia continues on, discovering a cave-in, and begins moving stone, eventually uncovering the disembodied leg of Sinister. With the other rocks too large to move on her own, and no body in sight, Zia heads back, leg in her bag, mentally preparing the others with their mental link on what was and wasn't found. As they continue through the caves, mostly avoiding groups of recently freed illithids, since they destroyed the Elder Brain, one group spots them and begins to advance. But just before reaching them, a form appears and knocks them the advancing illithids back, in the form of the goddess Shar and of Sinister. He's a mess with only one leg, but seemingly alive. As Brilith moves forward with the group, the others assist Sinister as they find their way back to the colony of the giants. There, everyone splits off to do their own things. Zia and Grundy find Vic's parents and find out that it was a curse that kept them from Vic all these years, a curse that Titania thankfully was able to disperse. Sinister was taken to the med ward, but immediately discharged themselves to preach the word of Shar to the colony and to offer apologies to people individually in the group for their actions. Liazana looked through the books that she picked up at the library in the caves, and Brilith found a tea shop where she quietly decompressed before introducing Sirik to the mayor and then finding Liazana. Liazana revealed her conflicted emotions about the Book of Horrors and the group, but begged to see it. Brilith and Zia deciding that it was her choice, despite the dangers of simply looking at the book, much less reading its contents, and gave the book to Liazana to review. A lot of stuff happened. So we didn't have, we haven't had Obsidian Scar for a bit, but let me just give you a recap of what happened in the last Obsidian Scar. Our heroes, deep in the crypts of Kalimvor, under his great temple in the Cassadothian Pass, worked quickly to navigate through its winding passages to find the relic Lashana required for the trade they bargained with her. After suspiciously easy escape with their bounty, they parted ways to prepare for their departure to Harassa. The next days were spent shopping, writing, searching for the mysteriously disappearing tieflings, having terrible nightmares filled with blood and undead, more shopping, and chocolate cake. Jules, after months of accumulating the necessary components and studying the ancient infernal texts with Linnet, finally cast the first spell from the Tome of Great and Terrible Powers. Almost costing him his life, he emerged from the ritual exhausted, an ever-growing halo of dark matter surrounding him, but with a mind so vast none in the Isles could dare rival him. Hoping to recover in the safety of the seaboard, the crew set out for a slow but safer course towards the home base in Harassa, only to be intercepted by an airship of the Aristilian Empire, seemingly in pursuit of Ileana. So, the last time, and I am more than nervous for what happens the next time that we have that campaign rolling. Yeah, so no, let's see, we'll announce them again. We have our merch store. Check that out, please. And our website at madbirdstreams.com. You'll find links there to all of our stuff as well as the merch store there. And also, the Penumbra assembly won't be happening this week. So, or didn't happen this week if you're seeing this after Wednesday. So the Penumbra Assembly will be back on Wednesday, the 26th of October, and we are quickly approaching the end to the season. This is a seasonal campaign, so we only run for like 4 to 6 months at a time, take a break, and then we start in with the new season. And the way that this is set up with a new bell jar, most likely, with a new demi-plane. So super excited. But yeah, we're probably like a couple of episodes out from the end of the series, the end of the season. I mean, season 1. I don't think that we have any birthdays. If you do have a birthday and we are missing it, I apologize, but happy birthday. Hopefully it's a decent week for you and a decent year. All right. Well, I will see you. I was going to say we will see you. I will see you, and I'm sure Tasha will see you in Twitch and Discord, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Hi, chat. How are you? We're setting up some
hello.
cameras here.
Hello.
Hi. Girls, good evening, and Bear. Roar.
Hey,
All right.
Bear. Hi, Bharat.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna double check because I'm pretty sure that yeah, let's see where all right, yeah, Claire will be here just running one away. And I'm pretty sure. Let me just look. I don't know if I think Christy was gonna be here tonight.
Christy said something in the chat earlier, but she didn't. It was about your leveling up. It wasn't anything like she
Yeah.
couldn't make it. So
He had like the hype.
it seems
Wait,
people
what
are
was I
just
just
running
writing?
behind this.
Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. That's okay. It gives me a chance to make sure everything's in order here. A place for everything and everything in its place. Uh, do I have a setting for just two people? I don't. We'll just set it for three. So, so sorry, chat. You get Steph and then Sarah split up among two different captures there. That's all right. That's all right.
Sarah, double the Sarah, double the fun.
Yes. Yes. All right. Players today, by the way, are level 9.
Level 9.
Nine.
On my way to leveling up.
Yay! I've got everyone else's character banners set except for yours and Grundy's.
I'll be right back. I forgot my dice.
Oh,
I'm a
gosh.
professional.
Ah,
I
yeah.
completely forgot about the character banner, Dan. You should have. I wasn't thinking about that. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
I
I
didn't
figured I'd
even pop
mention a
into
little
my
earlier,
mind.
but I wasn't going to push anyone to like, God damn it! This.
You know how I am. You have to push me. Okay. All right.
Do you know which class you're putting your other point in, or you're still
Uh,
considering?
where is my player's handbook? Okay. I have a feeling it'll probably be Bard, but I have to double check cleric and see how far. So that's what the viewers can see is me like freaking out about what to do.
Perfect.
So level 4 for cleric, I get an ability score improvement plus I get to learn. Okay, so I think I was looking at because I think third level spells come next level up for cleric.
Level 5, yeah, you'll get your third level.
Yeah, and I think level 3 is when revive pops in. So I was concerned about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let
You
me
know, we'll
just
make
find
all
the
the things
spell.
work either way. Y'all are pretty resourceful.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I just
I thought
Just
about
nice.
multi-classing into cleric, but I get wings in a couple of levels, so nope.
yeah,
It's not
no, uh-huh. Yeah, those wings come in handy for sure. Um,
Matt, I hope you're having a lovely weekend.
yes.
Pretty sure it's Saturday
It,
because we're streaming an Extremis. So.
it seems
Pretty
like
sure.
it. All right.
Hello.
Oh yeah, Chris might have been. Is he still out of town, Chris?
I think
Oh,
so.
he might be gone this weekend. Yeah,
Oh, that's
altogether.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. All right, so cleric, maybe. My other one is bard.
Mm-hmm.
I leveled up.
Nice, thank
I
you,
know
thank
you were the best of us.
What?
you.
So at 6th level, oh, I get my bard college feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, sounds like Chrissy.
Hello.
Yeah, Christy's here.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
So are we in battle? Let's
No,
get
no,
that
no,
out of the way. Okay.
no. Thankfully,
All right.
not.
Let's get that because it's been the trend when I come back.
That's for sure. Yeah, surprise. 3 people died.
So okay, good.
Okay.
We're in
I-
downtime, just arriving in Atmos. Some nice fresh downtime for everybody here.
Oh my goodness. We got so much to do in Atmos.
Yeah, there's quite a bit. Yep, we got Titania shot off for the religious war to ask around about Agracus. There's just always so much to do in Atmos. I love Atmos. I've really fallen in love with it. Just because
Can I coerce the bakery owner to make like little char like purple and black in the middle donuts
I don't
and
see
say
any
they're
need for
sin
Sean.
cakes?
You
Amazing.
can always ask.
Yeah, go for it.
No. There's like we got to figure out why Ashavar's wanted, the
I
corrupt
know why I'm
police.
wanted.
Yes.
Surprise.
Well, we haven't even reconciled with Ash with her after her horn was cut and injured and stuff. We don't know
Yeah.
nothing about
Oh
that. So
man.
there's a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And starting a socialist cult and holding concerts and trying to get
Yes.
people in there and starting a criminal underground. I don't
Mm-hmm.
not yet. Just start with the cakes. Just the cakes first.
Nice.
Full dance card.
You could probably either convince so I guess it's tough, right? Because it's the person's wife that's but I guess they don't know that you killed
They
them.
don't.
So you could just
But
be
I
like
could say it was the cops, the corruption.
nice, nice. You know who wouldn't have let
Yes.
this happen? Shar.
Char wouldn't have let it happen. Now make our
Okay.
donuts and get the word out and start a little rumor mill that the cops are corrupt. And then
Dan, I'm sorry, Christy.
go ahead.
I was going to tell Dan that I leveled up in Bard.
Yeah.
Level
Bard,
6.
okay.
And I get this cool thing called Spirit Session.
That sounds
So
intense.
I can conduct an hour-long ritual channeling spirits, which can be done during a short or long rest using my spiritual focus. I can conduct the ritual with a number of willing creatures equal to my proficiency bonus. At the end of the ritual, you temporarily learn one spell of your choice from any class.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
The spell you choose must be of a level equal to the number of creatures that conducted the ritual or less.
Mhm.
The
Oh,
spell must be of a level you can cast, and it must be in the school of divination or necromancy.
oh,
It
can
shows
I
the spell counts
assist?
as a bard spell for you, but doesn't count against the number of bard spells you know. Once you
Oh,
perform the ritual,
Wow.
you can't do so again until you start a long rest, and you know the chosen
Wow.
spell until you start a long rest.
That's a powerful spell, though.
I'm pretty excited.
That's a powerful spell, though.
For real.
That's
Love
fun.
it. All right, so we are officially live. We're chatting with chat as we said, but I think since you're here, I think the only other person coming tonight is Claire, and she's just running a little bit behind, but she's going to be another like 20-30 minutes or so. So I
Okay.
think we can.
Okay.
It's safe to get in. I'm going to just rearrange some nameplates here. Let's see. Breathe, and then I'm so sorry. No, I did it correctly, so I'm not sorry. Yay.
How dare you?
Yeah. Like I'm sorry,
Oops.
viewers. I blacked the whole screen out, and you can't see anything now. Like, nope, didn't
Okay.
do that. Right, bottom
Thank
left.
you.
What a noob.
Hopkins, David, COL. Yeah, for real.
Mine just decided to update when I'm trying to get on.
Oh no!
This is what we're doing.
Surprise!
I'm trying to get on.
Oh, it would be fun. Yes.
Mhm.
Update. You know who wouldn't update in the middle of stream? Char.
Yeah,
Char.
she wouldn't even have it. She would not. No. it would have already been in there, you know, and we would have been through this darkness and on to greatness.
That is amazing.
I watched a lot of televangelist movie documentary things.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Me too.
So I'm ready.
Oh, it's so great.
What takes to the stare down is tax evasion.
Oh,
Yes.
no! Oh, it's so
Yes.
funny, but I love it.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to need any sort of battle, but I am just going to set up our battle display here to give a little time for there to arrive. See it there. And for viewers, our lovely Liazana and Trisha won't be playing for a little while. Well, I mean, for the foreseeable future, they had some real life stuff come up that was creating some conflicts scheduling wise, and so they will no longer be on an Extremis. Of course, if things ever change, they'll be back. So, but that's why they're not on here tonight on the banner. Mute my phone. Beautiful. Everything else is beautiful, not that. That's a bummer. All right. Well, let's without any further waiting, I guess we can dive in.
Okay.
Let me pull up my notes here. Again, we've arrived in Atmos. Which document is this? Where did I write this? There. All right, we have this stuff done. Vix talked about all that. And Titania is here and she's looking into, that area. We did our ghost ship fun. That was fun. I'm still excited about that. I do. Okay. So you all return. We're gonna say it's a good late morning, maybe 11 or so in the morning on Atmos Isles. You have your official docking license thanks to Alinor Sunray, who on whose behalf are now effectively working. At that level of prestige working for them, you do get some priorities in docking. You're not stuck way at the end. You get a little cut in order sometimes if there's a long wait, and there really aren't too many questions asked typically. You do notice though, so sorry, let me just get a little bit of dock ambience here, because this isn't right without like a little dock.
We do love a good docking ambience.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
Yes.
Docking is amazing. We'll just you two stand over here. All right, this is very watery. We don't really have any water, really. Whatever. This one's got seagulls apparently. So here we go. Happy video URL. I'll put this in chat for us here. So please forgive the lapping water, the sounds of lapping water, as that does not exist here. But hopefully the rest will do. Go on. Did not go through this beforehand. Hang on me. There's I don't know what I want to add to this. I'm gonna put this one in. Oh no, that's Twitch. One of these. This is like medieval city ambience to go in hand since it's bustling. I'm just playing them both at the same time. However, one of these, and I don't remember which, has the most annoying dog barking like throughout almost the entire thing. So if you start hearing a dog lose its shit, you can please feel free to pause
I
it.
think it's the Fantasy of Medieval City. I already hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to not listen if it gets crazy. One of them has it briefly, and then it goes away. The other one's like, stop, dog. Anyway, as you ride and dock with your prestige barking, um, you notice that while there seem to be fewer ships docked, certainly fewer that, there were some ships that, in your experience now, you can kind of not identify ships that are not like, oh, that's definitely a UAF ship, or that's definitely someone that pays the UAF their taxes and stuff, But not everyone does a great job of hiding that they're, not registered with the UAF. But you really don't spot any of those ships. And it's the first time where it's clearly almost appearance-wise actual UAF ships or merchant ships that are members of the UAF. Everything's on the up and up. There's certain criteria of where your signage is labeled and upkeep of the ship. Oh, Siri, I want to know what images she found. Hang on. What was I talking? Oh, it disappeared. And there is an increased presence on the dock of guards. Not swamped with guards, but where usually there's mostly dock workers, and maybe half a dozen guards kind of patrolling up and down. There's maybe a dozen and a half guards overall, sort of up and down the docks, a length of several hundred feet of docks. And you see a small gathering just outside the harbor master's building, which is the one you have to go through to get inside. Looks like there's been a little stage set up, and someone is giving a rally, holding a rally, or giving a speech or something, but it's too far away to hear currently. Ship is docked. Gangplank lowered. Return to Atmos. Titania shot off for her thing in the religious ward. What would you all like to do?
First, I'm probably gonna, if it's like morning, this would probably be his evening, so he would probably be getting ready for bed.
Okay. That checks out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you, especially when the ship's nice and it's docked and still.
Yes, I can rest
Things
now.
up, yeah. All right. You get your quarters extra floopy pillows and such.
God.
Smooth blankets you got from the pirates and stuff. Oh.
I have Rhodey brushing my hair, probably putting something on this on and hands and feeling the phantom leg.
That is amazing. Beautiful.
And just trying to get ready. Probably like just got out of the bath to feel nice and comfy.
When you return to your quarters, you find on one of your nightstands two relatively vintage bottles of wine with a note from Vic that just says, if you read it in his voice, basically saying that Titania selected these two from the stock on the ship and wanted to make sure you got them.
He would just like, oh, and then just pick him up and just go in his room.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, that's so nice.
Ashavar, let's see. I'm so sorry, Ashavar. So we had all that madness in those islands and Muthalani. The trip back, there was spooky ghost stuff for everyone. You encountered a ghost ship, and everyone had like a spooky encounter, including a few that congregated outside of the galley and like sloshing stuff on the wall. But now you've docked here. Your crewmates mentioned while on the island of Muthalani that while they were here, they found a wanted poster just inside, beyond this dockmaster's building, by the guards building there, and that had your on to plume your one of your identities.
That was on Breeless Liam Neeson arc.
Yeah, yeah, have a certain set of skills. Yeah, it was pretty great.
Oh God.
And as they went to investigate, and they went in the guard and were like, "Hey, I might know something about this person. I'd like to report it." You know, Breelith was doing that in disguise herself. Um, they asked for the detective to come out to talk to Breelith, and it was our mustachioed friend with the bowler and his arm in a sling, a broken arm in a sling, healing up. Okay, so with just your armed with that, what would you like to do after docking?
It's the morning. I'll probably try to leave the ship and gather information on myself, but I'll definitely be spending plenty of time on a good disguise before I leave. Especially since there's a lot of guards around here now. This is fun. And of course, before I leave, I'd say goodbye to Cornelius and Fluffy if they're still hanging out in my room.
Oh, yeah, they are. In fact, they are. Things have been relatively uneventful with them.
Yep.
But they're there. Yeah, fluffy as ever. Nice. Do you have a particular disguise or look that you'd like to go for before heading out into town?
Middle class trader lady.
Okay. Nice.
So not terribly rich, not poor, like a tradeswoman.
Okay. Beautiful. Would you mind doing a I guess it would be man, what is it for disguise kit? I guess a dexterity check for the application of all of it. I'd say you can either do intelligence or dexterity check.
Definitely dexterity. Well,
Okay.
I guess they're not that
Don't-
far apart.
You have a kit, or
Yeah,
is it?
I
Don't
have
you-
a kit in my room, and I'm proficient with it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should have a proficiency bonus.
Yeah, definitely add the proficiency then.
$21.
Nice.
Nope. 23.
Okay.
I was reading my initiative, not my proficiency.
Oh, nice. Oh.
23.
Amazing. Skillful. You have the time and you have all the experience, so you manage your disguise very well. And you're able to head off into the city. All right, Breelith, how about you? What are you doing now that you're docked here?
Let me know. Rila would probably. Huh. She'd probably find herself. Is there any sort of was this where we had the graveyard thing with the graves and the
Yes, up in the
Okay.
religious ward. That's where Titania
now it's near
is.
the religious board.
Mhm.
I would probably say that just to go about the city, that she would probably find herself going into the religious ward then and just revisiting the graveyard. Maybe walking amongst the temples there. The interesting thing is that I was looking at like the gods that she followed, and I think both of them are like not about like the undead. Like they hate the undead.
Oh,
So I feel like do this a little kind of like a little lost, just kind of wondering about. This I probably revisit the graveyard. Maybe just not really say a prayer over some graves to anyone in general, but just, a blessing to them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else while you're up there?
Not right now.
Okay. Ashbar, would you mind rolling a perception check for me? You'll crack me up.
Oh, 4.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Breelith, when you're done with that, are you returning to the ship? Not to know everything you're doing yet, but just to know if you're returning to the ship after.
Yeah, she'd return to the ship. I'll also put in here that like she would probably, while roaming the religious war, would maybe, I don't know if there are any, because I know that there was a temple there. There were a few temples there, right?
6 really large temples leading up to the Wanderer's Plea, and then a bunch strewn about that ward.
Were they all to the same deity?
No, but the one that you helped was the one was also in devotion of your deity.
Yes, was that Moonbow, or was probably Sehanine?
Dating.
Should probably just go in there and sit for a bit. If no one came up to her, I don't think that she would seek anyone out with the church. Yeah.
Can you make a perception check, please, Breelith?
Sure.
And while you're rolling that, Ashavar, may I ask, is there any particular ward that you'd like to go to while here, or anything? I'm so sorry, I can't recall what you were looking to do initially here.
Oh, I'm gathering information on the police force here. I would be trying to figure out exactly who attacked Ash, and I want to know how much they know about me.
Oh, okay. I'll clarify that. I'm so sorry. Ashavar was attacked by the Order of the Spectres. They met the person that did the attacking, was holding on to
Oh,
Ash?
you mean Ash?
Ash, I'm so sorry. Ash, yep. And then made a trade with Liazana to get Ash back.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch some stuff.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, that's my bad. I didn't catch that part.
The cops are bad. They're all corrupt, and they are a police gang.
There was the lieutenant that runs that guardhouse was in the pocket of the Order of Spectres, so there was a bit of a tie-in with the police and your detective.
Okay. So yeah, then I'd just be trying to figure out how much is known about me and my whereabouts, and I'd probably be steering, even though I'm disguised, I'd be steering clear of the ward where the orphanage is, because I don't want to embroil the kids in whatever's going on.
Okay. All right.
Did I ever tell Ashavar about what we found at the UAF about the orphanage, or no? I just want to make sure.
Ashavar's human does not know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to Breelith. Let me know, or consider, if you would, Ashavar, what you'd like to attempt, like how you'd like to go about trying to get that info. Kind of role play that out.
Okay.
But for now, I'll check back with Breelith and see what your perception check was.
It was a 22.
Okay. So, for both Ashvar and Breelith, as you went in, barely noticing that, people are like walking by, making noise, handing out flyers, and there's that ruckus on the stage by. You just both kind of like blaze right by. Like, we've got stuff to do in the city. In you go. And at this point, now that you're up in the religious ward and you're taking in the sights, walking the cobbled streets, and looking at those churches, including the one that the Wanderer's Plea and the one that you assisted before. You see towards the end of this large row, the 6 big churches, more people walking about. It starts to click. I've passed like 3 people that have been passing out flyers, and there's another little stage set up here. Someone else passing out documents, holding some sort of a rally. You don't have to do anything with it, but just want to let you know that you notice it. Like there.
Hey, Claire.
Yeah, I think for sure Brilip would probably at least take a flyer.
Okay. It's almost stuffed into your hands eagerly. My what looks like at first just a team paid to do this, but you do see that they have underneath a long tanned cloak the bare makings, the underclothes of a UAF cadet. You're of course familiar with, having spent that week at the camp.
Yes.
And you take a look at this pamphlet, and I mean, it's great marketing. Wonderful propaganda. It says in the bottom third, right in your title area, Scourge of the Skies, and it starts talking about the pirates and what a threat they are. That there's a little bit of writing. There's a lot of like imagery on here, drawn and seemingly copied via print somehow, of pirates doing like directly harming innocent people, stealing money, and like right from people's homes and stuff. It's a lot of over the top exaggerations of what pirates may or may not do. Some pirates thing. And you can hear some of the rally getting a little bolsterous as people kind of cheer on and as someone's speaking nearby. There's like 3 people by the stage passing out more of these pamphlets.
I think Brilith, just because she doesn't really have like a tight plan for what she's doing here, would probably go over to the rally and stop and listen for a bit. Just kind of staying in the very back of the crowd.
Right, you settle up back there and begin listening in. And as you're listening, it'll take a few minutes to kind of hear what's going on there. I'm going to switch over.
Sure.
Wait, maybe to Zia? I'm sorry, Zia. Do you have I don't know if you have your AirPods or headphones.
I don't. So hopefully this audio isn't too horrible.
No, it sounds fine. I was like, and I'll pass it to Zia. And then I looked at her, I'm like, oh no, she might not be ready. We've docked. We haven't done too much. Those flyers were the only thing that we've spotted so far. Sinister got some wine.
Love it.
Via Vic
Love it.
from Titania.
I only need 4 hours, Dan. So
This is true. Yeah, Sinister's taking their power sleep.
right.
It's like 11 a.m. or so.
It's too bright outside too.
It's
And
very
Zia's
bright
just
day.
like passed out cold on the floor. People just left her there.
Nice. Oh,
They were like,
this is
"Oh,
so-
we're gonna get like some gabagool, Zia," and you're like, "Oh, I guess she's sleeping. It's
a
fine."
different day. Nice. Ashavar's in disguise and in the city.
Love it.
Looking for some info on her being haunted. Relith went to Titania's in the religious ward, asking around about a Gracchus, seeking answers, and Relith headed up to the religious ward as well, sort of scouting about. Is there anything that you'd like to do? Around 11 or so.
So last you left me, Dan,
Mhm.
I was passed out on the floor.
Everyone's left you there.
So I don't know, did I wake up from that or
You got moved. Um,
okay.
you got moved, and for the time being, um, it's a little difficult to remember what anything that was being said during that time. Like you have a little blank spot in your memory, which you're probably accustomed to a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's on a
oh
Tuesday.
no. And there's a slight ringing that kind of runs through your ears every so often. High pitch ringing, and then it softens away to nothing.
I got
But
tinnitus.
what's that? Yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Um.
Nice.
hmm You're very hungry. You'd be
Thanks,
very
Steph.
hungry.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Amazing. But you have your senses back. You're cognizant again, and you do have this feeling, sort of like that itch in your brain, right? Like, oh man, the more you think about it, the more it feels like you're scratching that itch in your brain. Um, but it also feels worrisome. So,
Okay. Um, so right before I passed out, we had kind of had the seeing pieces of the fight. And flashes of Tanya and like kind of more or less seeing that.
hmm
Is that fully remembered?
those flashes I remember, not the entire experience.
Mm-hmm.
Though it was in the moment, but right now the full experience isn't.
So I don't remember that Titania is my
I'm so sorry.
sister.
I did a roll for this. Give me a super quick second. I'm saying that, and I'm like, wait a minute. I think I did a roll, and I think you do remember.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You
Okay.
do remember. Yes. So you're hungry,
Okay.
itch in the brain, tinnitus, and and you're processing like, oh my god, D'Artagnan's already gone. She's gone into the vision.
Um. So I'm assuming Zia was put in her bed.
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, she would kind of jolt up immediately, be like screaming for Bo,
Oh,
and be
no,
like,
I'm here. All right, it's all right.
"Do you remember?"
Oh, you mean all that about your sisters and everything, and Titania and all that
Yes.
madness? Yeah. It was gone
Okay.
there for
Now
a bit, but now it's back.
things are starting to make a little bit more sense now, and I think I did a bad thing, and uh, we need to figure out what to do.
Right.
Where is Titania? And Zia will try to reach out and
Oh.
see if we can get a hold of Relith or Titania or anybody on within distance.
You'll hear Titania if you try and if you end up reaching out to her first. Oh, oh, yeah, yes. I'm up in the religious ward currently.
Um, yes. I first I'm very sorry. Well, one for interrupting you, but also more broadly for uh some of the other stuff. I remember a little bit. A little bit of it is coming to me. I and she'll kind of falter, like very anxiety ridden and not really able to find the words exactly to like because like saying that she's sorry is not truly enough because like she thinks about what would happen if she lost Bo in that moment and what she wouldn't do to bring him back. And so it's just trying to get out that level of emotion of losing somebody that you had your entire life. Like that was like the only person that you felt like you could trust and be around. Is just something that Zia's not really emotionally 100% able to communicate that. And so like almost through tears and like Dia hasn't really cried really a lot throughout a lot of this campaign. Um, she'll just be like, I I'm sorry for everything that I've ever caused you. I'm sorry that we that I that meeting has caused you so much pain, and I'll never ever be able to make it right. Um, but just
Yeah. I do think we should sit and talk at one point, but what happened to Arrakis was his doing. That was
but
some
did you know? Did you know that we're
sisters.
yes.
No, not until that moment.
Have you told anyone else?
No, I daren't. Not with my mother. Um, no.
You know, I used to think that I had, one of the worst sisters, and now I am realizing that maybe I'm the worst one,
No. No.
and I I should have been there for you, like not just in that moment, but like for so many moments before.
I My mother wouldn't. I don't think that was ever a decision for us. I think my mother. I think I better understand why my mother hates me and some of her motives. I would like to sit down. If you have time while we're here, I'm asking upon some churches better understand what's happened to Arrakis and if anything can be done. You're
We
welcome to join
will,
me if you wish.
we will, we will bring him back for sure. Um, I think if you would feel comfortable, there's nobody on this crew that I really trust more than Brelith. I think it might be, if you're okay with telling her, I think, because she's with you, right?
I No, I haven't seen her, but really, did you share at all that you were going up to that word on the network? Okay. But I can if she's if I can connect with her.
I think that would be nice. I mean, just to give you somebody to talk to who isn't somebody who's caused you so much grief. I think that might be, and she's always been there for me.
I'll do so.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to Vic a little bit, I think, and we're gonna potentially go through some of the, I don't know if the block that was put in has other information, and I think we might work on so Vic has a, I don't know if you've seen, Vic has his people have a memory restorative ritual, and it might be something that might be pertinent for both of us.
I would like, if Vic is at all willing, I would very much like to look into that as well. There's
Yeah,
quite a bit I
for,
think's been taken from us.
yeah, I think I'm gonna spend today lying a little bit low. If it's okay with you, um, if others, when others return to the ship, I'd like to tell them in person.
Of course.
If that's all right with you. Like, I don't want to take this from you in any way.
No, that's
Sorry.
quite all right. I trust you, and I trust everyone on the crew.
Please be safe.
Yes, you as well, and we'll figure this out there. There's I feel quite the same in a number of ways in how I handled things, and certainly there are parts
No,
that I would like to discuss. And
we will. We will. We will.
all right,
Mm-hmm.
thank you again. Thank you. I'll update you.
I, there's so many times I should have said this before in our life, and that we should have been raised together. But I just want you to know that um, from one sister to another, I do love you, and I never want anything bad to happen between us ever again.
I love you too, sister. I wish for the same.
Be safe.
You as well. She goes off with this whole new, like, wait, family's supposed to love you kind of processing as she carries on her thing. Okay. All right, I'm gonna zip back to, let's see, Breelith, who was listening to not the dockside stage rally, but the one up in the religious ward.
Yes.
With a flyer talking about the Scourge of the Skies. And you hear these are higher ranking, they're like PR members of the UAF.
Okay.
You know, and they have like a member of high authority there that's charismatic to step in and say their bit. So you're hearing a lot of I mean, you're definitely hearing propaganda in here, but they're calling to the people that are, um, disaffected here on the islands. And even though a lot of this is perpetuated by the UAF and their greediness and taxes and everything else, they're pushing the focus over to the pirates. On the here you are, good people, simply trying to make, but you can work for years and have it all taken away by a pirate like that. Moment gone. In recent years, they have gotten worse. And they start quoting like percentages and facts. I'm going to put those in heavy air quotes. Where they're, like, you've lived in this world and like, that doesn't sound right. We're fact checkers. About the number of attacks, statistics on facts and deaths in pirate attacks. Especially working with the pirates, they typically go and deal with UAF ships, not private citizens. I mean, there are some that are not great people, and they're usually
Would
dealt
be
with,
worth it.
by pirates. But for the most part, pirates are in conflict with the UAF and not the people. Or wealthy people that are part of what they consider the issue. A lot of gray areas there, but they're not necessarily going in and like robbing people in their homes or
Sure.
um, things like that. Um, but that's not according to these statistics. They are dangerous and they are deadly. And then they get to a part where they say, well, that is why we're putting your money to better use. These new fees and the slight raise in taxes is going directly to pay for the new efforts to make the skies safe again. and they start going on and on about doubling down on their military power and bringing their focus around to dealing with the pirates in a permanent way. We will trace them back to their source, the dread pirate Ruthlonius, and we will dismantle their organization one ship by one ship if we need to. But your funds and again they're talking about these extra fees and higher taxes will be put to good use, and you just kind of get the feel over this that they're firing up some propaganda now. This is a little bit new to you. They haven't really done this before, like in your lifetime, Relith. And it's sort of like a bogus, like it's a war on drugs, when it's like, no, it's about other stuff, and like you're not, where are all the facts? This doesn't make any sense.
This is their dare campaign. Got it.
Yeah. Yep, war on pirates. So it's a little sickening to anyone with critical thinking skills. So, but that's your
Looking
takeaway.
around, does it seem like everyone else does it seem like there's a good portion buying it?
Let's see.
If you need me to make like an insight
Yeah,
check.
make a quick insight check. It's a relatively low DC because it's a rally, so you'll be able to tell pretty clearly who's yay and who's nay.
Insight, that is a 22.
22? Okay. Yeah, so you look around and you see that it's not quite a 50-50 split. There's a good number of people here. But you see that these people are they've been put in a position, likely thanks to UAF influence and everything on islands, where they didn't have the access that they should to perhaps education that folks with set up better in the system to have. And you see some folks there rallying against this, like, no, and shouting counterpoints. That's just, it's that ridiculous, illogical argument on the PR people are firing nonsensical stuff back instead of a debate, but they're trying to debate with logic. It's just your classic sort of rally. But maybe 55-60% of the folks in this particular little rally section here, looks like they might not have had work for a while, and here this is what they're doing for the day. Looks like they've seen hard times for a while and probably been kept in that position. Title structure with such a high insight.
She's going to raise her hand.
Okay. You get one of the person that was the higher ranking person's, had rapped, but one of the other people, the PR people. Yes, citizen.
And sorry, but how will this money help you find pirates?
Oh, well, with this, there's technology that we are producing. It better help us locate specific locations. This helps fund my brain is trying reconnaissance and just help us confront these pirates before they get to you.
What technology exactly?
Highly classified, the specifics, of course, but it is doing the job. That's right, people. Once again, you'll be able to rest easy. Wake up in the morning, keep your funds, find that job you've been looking for, and not have to worry about losing it. Your company going under because pirates have thieved from them. No longer a viable business.
When was the last time a pirate attacked the city or a pirate ship attacked the city?
Well, let me see. So obviously he doesn't want to answer any actual things. So I'm just rolling to see. Can you just do a persuasion check against it to see if he skips over you and goes on. It's a 21 to beat.
Oh, no, that's only a 12.
Okay. Yes, exactly what we mean. He points to you and says that, and Stern turns and starts talking around the stage to other people. Do we need to count the days again until there's another pirate? You know, just like takes it and spins it. Carries on. Doesn't seem to come back to you, knowing you have like logic.
She'll speak up and say, there hasn't been one, right?
That's some other people. He's ignoring other people around you. That's right. You know, but it falls on deaf ears. So you actually get some of the other crowd that starts arguing with you.
She's not paying attention to them. I'm just looking at my shit here really quick. Just taking a quick peek-see look. I don't think this surely has anything that would even work here. Okay. All right. She's are they like wrapping up? Are they starting to get shit together? Or
They seem to be, the stage is staying there. People are still passing out flyers, but it does calm down. Like the last of the people, you know, they're going to be coming back at one point. But they seem to be taking a break. They walk off into their own little areas, get seen that citizens probably paid for.
Does she see them get the sandwiches? Otherwise, she would probably try to tell them.
Yeah, you'd probably see one or two of them go off to a little area where they have some umbrellas stand up and tables and, you know, craft services.
Anyone going off anywhere else?
No, they seem to be. I mean, the other person left a little bit ago, the higher ranking actual person. And these PR people seem to be here like for the day, at least for a shift.
Okay. 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 She would leave that then. Taking the flyer with her and putting it in her bag. And I'd probably jot down a few notes about what she heard. And then would probably... does she know if there's a we went to a library here, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. There's an academic board that has a ton of libraries that are places of study.
Okay. Quick question. I don't mean to like hold it up, but the temples in the temple district, do they all seem to be to different? I mean, I know that you said they're not all the same to the same deity. Is there one that's general, or are they all to specific deities?
There are a couple that are generalized, but there are the 6 big ones, a bunch of smaller ones. You can pretty much find any deity you're looking for here, and then like 2 or 3 general places of study, worship rather.
You'd probably go into one of the general ones then. And you can, if you need to go and be one of someone else, but she would be trying to find someone who looks to be like a keeper of the temple or something. Someone that would, you know, keep the grounds or keep the temple.
Head over there to one of the larger generalized ones and begin to look for them. I will jump over to Sinister. We'll say, maybe afternoon by now. Maybe 2, 3, 4. Your trance is you've recovered. It's past noon, so what would you like to do?
It's time to get right. He's going through his beauty, and he's gonna wear he's gonna be Sinister, just even guitar. He done
Mhm.
got the strings all nice and plucked up, and
Nice.
he's getting ready. What he would like to do is probably I don't know, just mingle around and maybe go to his bakery
Mhm.
and maybe also that one restaurant where they had that like that back room with the
Oh yeah, yeah. Gosh, I've got the name written down here. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. Which would you like to head to first? I guess I should ask.
in that order.
In that order, okay. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Where are you? It's like the leaning. No. It's a salty boot. It's a salty boot.
Salty
Yeah, because it was
boots,
their
okay.
signature drink. Kind of like
Yes.
a
We
cowboy
have
boot
to
of
work on that.
margarita.
We're
Mm.
gonna have to work on that.
Nice. I'm so sorry. What was the first place again? Before
uh the bakery,
Hickory.
because I
Mm.
need to talk to the relations
Okay.
about well, condolences, maybe give them some money, um
Yeah. How would you like?
potentially,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead. Go
try to
ahead.
start it like maybe a little grassroots operation via donuts and char.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. So the wife is dead, and you
Yes,
had
I killed
her
her.
appearance for a bit. Yeah. How would you like to
I
life on the?
want I would like to maybe persuade them to that I will give vengeance. Here's some compensation.
Oh,
No
okay.
one's going to do anything in the city. The city killed her. This is Gotham. This is corrupt cops. And I am
Nice.
here to help you
Gotcha.
via money. And maybe you start something for me.
Okay. Will you make your way to the shop then?
Yes.
And step inside. Ding, ding, ding. The bell rings, and gentleman looks up. Um, uh, Wood elf gentleman, maybe 130, somewhere around. It's a fairly young. They hit adulthood around like 100, I think.
Mhm.
So and yes, hello. Uh, you can see he's still
Hi.
processing slow. Welcome.
I would hope to have brought like some condolence flowers,
Oh, okay.
maybe something like that, and
Mhm.
just is like your wife Pamela,
Yes.
what's her name,
Uh,
she was a lovely woman,
oh,
but
you knew
I'm
that.
gonna tell you something that no one would have the courage to tell you.
Over the counter then. All right.
Is anybody in here with us?
No, no. You hear the pitter patter of feet, but you know that they had a kiddo, and it seems to be upstairs.
Oh, okay. She was murdered. It was no accident. And it was by the police in this city.
The police.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they want to kill? What could she have done?
She was bribed or coerced to attend meetings from time to time. It was kind of one of those things where she had no choice in the matter. So it doesn't surprise me you didn't know. And then I'm just going to lay coins on the counter. This is for the future for your child and your bakery.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Thank
know
you.
that we are I have a problem. Several of my friends have been the targets of the police here. And I just along being knowing this information, I found out about your wife.
But this has
And
happened to you too, then.
yes, we are targets. One of our crewmates had her horn chopped off and was held hostage just to send a message to us. So I just want to let you know that your wife fell victim of Your wife fell victim of circumstances.
Oh. Could make a
And the
persuasion
police,
check. If yeah, with
yes,
advantage, because that's pretty smooth all the way through.
yes. Okay, I'll take the 19. Okay. No, it's I mean plus persuasion. So I have a plus 13 to my 19 for persuasion. So,
So just above God level. Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
He believes it. I'm
Like,
convincing.
yeah, already, it seems to him to be a senseless murder, senseless death. So trying to attribute some meaning behind it, you like pluck on that a little, and you really get right in there.
Yes.
Well, what are you and your friends doing something about this? Can I help?
We are actively trying to, and I think it will send a message that the people will not stand for the corruption of that, and that the eye of Shar is watching, and that if you believe that we can do it together as a people to stop the corruption in this city. And I have this design for a donut.
Oh.
And if you could just make these, and
Oh, this
I will
is
do the rest. I will do the rest. But also keep your eyes and ears out for maybe comings and goings, because police do like a pastry.
I will. It's okay to. Do I need to sell these to select people or just to everyone?
Well, I'm going to make them exclusive. So they would have to come and ask you by name. If they ask for a sin cake, then go ahead and let them. But if they look a
Understood.
little weird,
I can do this. If you find out any more information on my wife or
yes,
which officer killed her, please will you pass it along to me?
absolutely. Because our mission is aligning. And they can't get away with it. They are damaging people throughout the city.
I hope we can't let this stand.
And don't forget it's sin cakes. And do you
Sin
need
cakes.
anything while I'm out?
No, no.
So if let me ask you a question. If I was to come by and say have like a meeting with some people over here, would you say anything?
There's a
Maybe
private space upstairs. If they're buying goods, I
I will
don't
make
have.
sure they will buy all the pastries.
Okay.
And thank you. And I'll help you.
Thank you.
And put your faith in Shar, because she brought me from out of the darkness.
Sure. All right.
And then he
Thank you.
just end scenes out the
Ting,
out
ting,
the
ting. The bell ends. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right. You head back out. Nice. I will bring it around then as you're exiting stage right. Let's see. Oh,
I feel like this is like GTA and I got my little
Yeah.
yes.
Nice. Walk out of there.
Right, it's mine.
Yeah, Ashavar. How about you? What do you have in mind as far as how to get that info?
So I'm gonna go with my gut, which is usually to do something dumb. I'm gonna go and visit the person who I cursed and try to get information from the horse's mouth.
Okay, nice. And you're doing this as the trader?
Yeah, as the trader.
Nice. Okay.
Also, I may reuse this persona, so I gave her a name. I don't know if is Lex Machina appropriate for the world setting?
It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So
We're on air floating pirate ships.
Yeah. Yeah. You're good. Yeah.
yeah, so she's gonna, and I went back in our DMs and looked up the name that I gave this dude, in case you need it. So yeah, I'm gonna go visit him and see what he's got going on.
Okay. Yeah, they're rough routine and such. So Now getting into access, so you would know maybe when they, I guess, do a quick investigation check to see if you can spot them on. They have a daily constitutional. They do. They later on they walk their little puppies or Pomeranians. Um, they've got a couple things that they do in the park.
Okay. Yeah. Also, one question: would I know enough about this lord and his family business to basically come up with a trade opportunity that would be very enticing for, like, specifically for this dude and his family? And I get 9 for investigation. So
I'll let you do advantage just in case it makes a difference on the investigation check because was a mark before. And I'll say that if that's part of like the research you do in conning someone, then you can absolutely know that stuff if you feel
yeah.
that would fit.
Yeah, that I think that would probably be something that my orphan friends would have gathered for me, because
Nice.
before they were kind of my information network. So you can kind of, it's sort of like I get information on them that I'm not supposed to know, so that I can use it in seances to convince them that I'm real deal.
Nice.
That's even worse for investigation, so 9 it is.
Oh no, okay. No. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so so you're gonna be here for a few days. I'm gonna say that for today, he doesn't show up. Has his normal, that morning walk that it was sort of time for a late morning walk, and then a doggy walking session usually later on in the day, where he has someone actually walk the dogs, but he goes with them. But for today, you don't spot them.
Nerds.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, like while up in that area today, or do you want to just make another attempt tomorrow?
Are there, like, is that one of those propaganda rallies / flyer passing out dealies happening in this district?
Yeah, you'll definitely go buy one if you're over there in that wealthier section.
Okay.
A little more sophisticated over there, and that ritzy. It's less about speaking to the people, and more of a whole event with a lot of pomp and circumstance, and fine foods out and treats and other things like that. Bring the children through. They'll tie balloon animal. A little get together rally.
Okay. I will actually join in on that. See if I can learn, because between the extra guards at the dock, and this hullabaloo, I'm getting the feeling that there's something is brewing, and I'd like to know what it is. But the approach I'm going to take, instead of like, I'm going to take the opposite of Breelith's approach. I'm gonna go full in, like, yes, those pirates are awful.
Nice.
Let's go get them.
You get to talk with a number of people there, parents, solo folks, and so forth, and they all seem to have that same air of the entitlement, and not to say that everyone wealthy has entitlement, but a lot of the folks at this hanging out at this particular rally seem to. And yeah, they'll share. Yes, it's dreadful business. Clearly, pirates are always bad for business. Always.
Oh, yeah, of course. Why? Just last week, I had a shipment that just disappeared off of a trade route.
You think for all the grubby work they do on those ships, they could put their hands to some hard labor, some true work, and make something of themselves.
Bootstraps.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I don't know. It's what's it? UAF have always we get our exemptions from taxes and such, but so the raises in the rates won't affect us that much, but still, it's making a rather uncomfortable environment. Quite a bit of tension it feels, yes?
Mm. Palpable.
Hmm.
Palpable.
Did you hear? I heard through the rumor mill that the fleet admiral, whatever he calls himself, Ruthlonius, faced off against the new UAF, lead the flagship.
Oh my.
But there was an all-out battle in the air.
How exciting.
Yes, involving military secrets and some such. It seems all, I don't know, perhaps just part of their propaganda, but certainly there's a lot of bear poking going on here, back and forth.
Well,
Oh.
I do hope that it doesn't disrupt any of your entrepreneurial efforts, or mine, especially mine.
Yes, I hope so. The same for you. I'm sorry. My name's Reginald Pippenhart. You are.
Oh, my name is Machina, Lex Machina.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Uh,
Are you doing business through Atmos here, or are you just scouting the property?
I do business in other isles. I have yet to establish a firm business here in Atmos. Although I have my, you know, there are a couple of pies that I have my fingers in.
Wonderful. Listen, the tax credits here on Atmos, out of this world. UAF, of course, holds its headquarters here, and its R&D and everything else. You can almost make money off your taxes. It's. I would strongly consider setting up here.
That is an excellent. I thank you very much, Mr. Pippin.
Yes.
The human forgets what you said.
Yes, well, enjoy your time. Hopefully, this sitting on a powder keg feeling dissipates soon, and they can
Yes.
put the
The sooner
pirates
the
back in
better.
place. Very well, waves a corn dog around.
Yep.
And you kind of pick up that vibe.
Yeah. Well, I'll just mill about, drink some tea with my pinky out, and,
Nice.
And eventually make my way back to the ship.
Let's see, Zia. What would you like to do? I think you wrapped up with Titania, the convo, and I think. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I think first and foremost, her and Bo are gonna have like an off-screen kind of upkeeping to make sure that they know all the same stuff, because it's still a little not known for Zia if Bo's memory is tied to hers, and she kind of thinks understanding that relationship might help to get to know more about the relationship between Agracus and Titania, and if that might be helpful.
Sure.
They also kind of talk fully about did Bo ever know that they could fully manifest in physical forms, or because it's something that Zia never even considered.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess we'll kind of start from her asking him so did you know that you could do that? That people could do that? Or I just
with the form, with manifesting.
Yeah, to become fully corporeal. I mean,
not at all. I think I can barely get a few feet away from you before I just sort of, bamf away and come back on your shoulder.
I love the idea of him trying to run away and then immediately
oh yeah, believe me, I've tried a time or two, and I just can't get far. Being a whole ass person, nope. I mean, let me try. I don't know what to do here, but
just concentrate really hard. I think you can do it.
All right. Pulls the brow down. Oh. Nope. Nope. Oh,
Oh,
a little
hey, you know, it was worth
constipation,
a
but
try.
yeah, nothing else. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I did. That didn't even register for me that Agracus was any sort of thing, and I knew
Yeah.
he looked a little bit different than other tieflings, which is a subtle thing I threw in when you first met him. A little bit different, but damn. Maybe we can ask around as well, or if we get him back, we can ask him.
Yeah, so there wasn't like any kind of recognition or like anything other than just a feeling that he looked different.
Not till that memory returns, and
Yeah.
that I remember.
Do you feel like a vague knowingness, like that he had been around when
I
you?
do, I do.
Okay. I don't know. It's kind of, I always assumed that you came into being at the same time that I did,
I feel like I did.
um,
I
with
can,
no memories beforehand, but I guess.
right. I mean that's right. That's as far as my experience in life here has just been coming to be with you, and then I kind of already just knew my mission, to try and guide you on that path of mostly right.
Mostly is doing a lot of lifting in that sentence.
Right.
Um, well,
Oh, you do your
I
best,
don't
so
know
you
if
do pretty well.
thinking about it and just dwelling on what could have been and what could be done, I, part of me wants to wallow in that for the rest of today because now I understand why people are being so distant.
I
Um,
mean,
but we have, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, look, it's important to take some time in that. If you need a day or two to waller, go ahead. You know,
I think we should at least talk to Vic.
a good idea.
Because I think I want to make sure that we're ready for when Titania gets back, and when others get back too. You know,
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about and we have already had this discussion with the crew on multiple times, just not keeping too many secrets. It can be
Right.
damaging.
Honestly, I'm hoping we can get whether through Vic or just seeing what Titania knows. Like, I've got so many new questions. Like, what were those rituals? Like, I remember that. It felt like sort of a background thing in that memory, but I remember going and performing all these rites and rituals, and that shift and how Jolene was treated, and I don't know. There's just a lot of questions. I'm hoping we can get answered.
I just, not that you haven't always been family, Bo, but I want to try to do better than my parents did and at least be there, hopefully in a little less of a traumatizing way
uh,
for Titania. And,
mm-hmm.
you know, there's work to be done. And I feel like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm here
And
for it.
she'll, oh, go ahead.
No, he was just backing you up. Like, I'm here for it. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And so she'll get up and kind of head to the kitchen
Okay.
area
Oh,
to
you're
go see
up.
if Vic's around.
It
Oh,
it
sorry.
and it kind of pats your arms. Right, you're feeling you're okay. Kind of waves his
Yeah.
hand for. All right.
Well, yeah, mostly.
Oh. Oh,
Um, yeah, I was wondering if we could go talk in my room for a little bit, if that's okay.
of course. Let me take a couple things off the banners,
Yeah,
and
yeah, absolutely.
clink, 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 rushes over, rushes back. Okay. Oh, I'm ready. I'm
Oh,
ready.
take your time. Don't rush. Don't
Oh,
rush.
yeah. Priority. Lead the way.
Okay. And on the way there, she'll kind of like try to catch up a little bit of what she now remembers from being missed during that time.
Oh, he's just like blown away. Like, oh. Wow. Zia, that's
There are, yeah.
how are you doing with all of that?
Well, I think I feel almost selfish kind of thinking about how I'm doing in this situation, because what I should really be asking is like how Titania is doing in the situation, and how we're gonna get Akrakis back and like
Aye.
being in that. And I'm wondering if maybe doing the memory ritual with Titania and I simultaneously might bring about something that might be helpful in that regard to bring
Aye.
Akrakis back if the religious ward doesn't work out,
Oh, I see.
or anything like that. And also, I just want to make sure that like, oh, and Zia will just have that moment of just like, wait a minute. There's also like, I just remembered that there's like a traitor on board, and or
The
somebody's been
ringing.
selling us out. And it's just
Sure.
like, so you see her like in the middle of a sentence, just like, oh, okay, I just thought of a complicating factor. We don't really apparently know that we can trust everybody on the ship, because there's one person who, oh, I can't even think about that right now. I can't think about that right now.
Aye.
People have trusted me, and I've broken that trust, and I need to trust them. Like, that's just what I need to do. And you know what? If they are what they are, then it's, I don't know. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Aye.
And she's like half talking to herself, half talking to
Nice,
me.
nice.
She's like,
He's like doing his, he's like, but like doing his best to actively listen. Like, aye. And when he sees you pause for a bit, like it's, well, that's a lot. There's clearly quite a bit happening. I'd say, firstly, I'm sure there's a great need to talk to Titania, but you know, if she's not here right now, it's okay to focus a little on yourself for now. And then Titania, when she's here, there'll be a time for each of that. And being in a better place yourself lets you be in a better place for your sister. Because you explain that part, I think, right? Yeah, because you were covering all the stuff that happened that he knows.
yeah.
So there's that. As far as the ritual, the only effects I know of having more than one person go in, you can have up to a few if you wish. I wouldn't do more than 3 people at a time currently for myself, but usually everyone just has their own experience. But if 2 people or 3 go in and they have a shared memory that's been lost, there's a greater chance of recovering that if both go in at the same time. But I'm sure digging around for maybe some memories of Akrakis or where they came from, because yeah, you start. There's of course memories that starts around 5 or so that's easier to just keep in your head, but even some earlier than that can stay impactful moments. And um, maybe we could take a gander way back at the beginning and see how it came about. I'm
And
sure.
so he's also going to have to, I think, kind of explain the existence of Bo, which she's never really done with anybody before.
Right.
And I feel like in order to do that, halfway, like she's literally just about to get back, and it's like, wait a minute, Carmine can help with this.
Oh, okay.
And like is gonna start like turning around, very much confusing Vic in the middle of him speaking, and being like, "We need to find Carmine."
Nice. All right. Let's. I think they're down the hall. there's a room, and they'll just kind of like follow you over to you because I'm sure you
Yep.
know where Carmine. And
Yep.
Carmine's in there, just like not asleep, but just resting on the things. Lifts their head as they see you two enter.
Hi, Carmine. Sorry to bother.
Maybe
Do you have a sec?
you hear in your head, "Oh, yeah, I do. Well, what do you need?"
Oh, you can talk now.
I've familiarized myself with common. Making my mouth shape the words is difficult still, but I'm practicing telepathically. There's a couple other languages I've picked up as well.
Great. That's incredible. That's amazing. Very proud of you in
Oh,
a
thank you.
difficult learning environment.
Yes, yes.
Wait, can Vic hear you too?
Vic turns like nods to you.
Okay. So this isn't some complicated multi-level nightmare. This is just life.
Your
Great.
average nightmare, yes.
Wonderful. So, and then she'll be like, so you know how a while back you transformed into Bo? And
Yes.
Bo's. Uh, could
He
you do
nods
that
to Bo.
again to
I think.
show Vic?
Of course. And you and Vic and Bo here. And should I take any liberties, Bo? Or actually, you probably, no, that's how he's been introduced. And Bo looks like at you and back. No, no, just maybe my hat can be like 3 gallons bigger.
Oh, like the really big,
yeah.
like in a scary movie, like.
Very well. And Carmine shifts into Bo with a slightly bigger hat.
So this is Bo. He's kind of like a guardian spirit that has always been with me.
Ooh.
And Akracus was like that to Titania. And
Seems
so,
very different.
yeah, I don't know if it's like this for all SMR. I mean, I haven't even really met any other SMR. So it's hard for me to have a point of comparison. I didn't even know that they could take physical forms, but they act as and Bo has always acted as like a not just a guardian spirit, but also as like a guide for me when I was like living without my parents, and I know that Akracus was like that for Titania, and I literally cannot visualize existing without Bo. Because he's literally always been there. I mean, okay, granted, there was a couple days there, but that was a while back.
Ooh.
Different story. It was horrible. I was in a horrible place. But Bo was back, and I think he's doing okay. Like, aren't you? Are you doing all right, Bo?
Yeah, no, I feel fine. A little better than even before. It feels good to have those memories back and such. So yeah, rather fine.
And I'm sure they'll go on with the discussion. And of course, Vic can't see him, so this is probably looking kind of awkward from an outside perspective.
Yeah. He just looks over at Carmine as Bo, like waiting for an answer. Oh wait.
So, yeah. So, Vic, yeah, we're kind of a package deal.
Wait. That's
And
fine by me. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Bo. looks around at your shoulders, because I think you mentioned.
Yeah. And then I'd obviously mention that to Vic, and like I kind of say like, I've never really spoken about this to anybody before because it never really felt like comfortable to do so, and um,
Well, thank
it's just
you.
like,
Trusting me with that.
well, yeah, of course. But I also want to really showcase like how grave of a situation this must be for Titania.
Hey, you've
Like
lost him.
this is like a twin passing away. Like it's
Gotcha.
um
Well, what should we do? Is there, I think Titania said she was going to the religious ward, but is there anything that you think we can do? Maybe the academic?
yeah, I think that might be a good idea as well. Like if we could prepare the ritual, or like to get the ingredients ready. Um, you know, I could head over and maybe try to do some research. I mean, Brilith is so much better at it than I am.
Mm.
Um, I mean,
Right, she's very
it,
good with like the notes and such and research.
yeah, and Ashvar is pretty great too.
Aye.
Uh, and Ash and Eden is really good. Well, I mean, maybe I could get Eden to come with me, and then if I hate to ask you to say to help with the ritual components, but I know it takes a while.
Takes a while. No, it's quite alright. This is one of my strengths, and I'll play to it, especially if it's going to help you.
Thank you so much. Like I can't tell you how much this means to me.
Yeah, of course. It's a little blush.
And she would kiss him.
Oh, he does some kisses. He's like taken like by surprise, but then he like goes in for kisses with you. Oh, well, it's magical.
Yeah.
Uh, oh well, I'll have to make preparations for things for you more often. Then I guess. Uh,
Maybe that'd be nice. We can make other kinds of preparations too, if
oh,
you'd like.
uh,
But not now. Not now.
wait, work
Um,
to be done.
work
And
to be done.
he's
And
all like,
Theo will go off to try to find Eden.
he skips off the yay to go start his stuff. Awesome. All right. So as you go to look for Eden, um, Carmine is just gonna shift back and
Oh, and obviously I would thank Carmine.
oh, of course, yes, yes. I'm glad to um assist. And he gives you a proper thank you in Celestial.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
actually,
Mhm.
Carmine,
Yes.
have you been to a library before?
I believe my memories of my youth are a bit fuzzy, but I believe I've been brought to one or two top Brilith. But none that I can recall clearly. Are you going to one?
We are, and I don't want to like impose, and obviously like it's okay if you don't want to go, but um, you're probably more erudite than I am.
Well, I would love this. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, um, can you, well, would you be okay with asking Brilith first?
I'm yes, yes,
Are you on the network?
yes. I think I don't know. That's a good question. Is Carmine on the network? I don't think that they are, but I believe it's definitely within 10 miles, and they have a connection.
Perfect.
Um, Edith,
Oh, hey,
'tis
Carmine.
Carmine. Yes, hello.
Yes, yes.
I
Hi.
was just wondering.
Uh-huh.
Z and I are considering going to a library in the
Oh,
academic ward. Would you care
have
to?
fun.
Thank you. I intend to. Well, would you like to join us, or are you busy otherwise?
Oh, no, I'm not busy. I can, yeah, I can join. Sure. I just am checking out something in a church. Maybe, and then I can meet y'all at the library.
All right. Well, we'll keep you
Okay.
posted then.
Okay.
Um,
See you soon.
yes. Oh,
Bye.
sorry, Zia. Yes. She says she might join us. She's busy in a
Great.
church and might join us. We'll just keep you posted on which one we go to.
Sounds wonderful. We met some very intelligent people the last time we were here, so I have a good idea who we're going to try to talk to.
Lovely, lovely. Very well. Well, first, I should probably take a more, I know I was carted
Hmm.
around as a dragon when young, but now that I think, sort of ingrained in me to be wary once I reach this size, as people begin to get nervous, or the
Mhm.
little gold coin signs in their eyes if they see me. So, um, they kind of like scans you a bit. Like, I hope you don't mind. I'm just and shifts down into sort of a blinding light and shifts up into a humanoid. Um, and I'm actually going to share that when we come back from bio break.
Okay.
But I don't have a silly one
Yay.
for today, but I'm going to get that set on bio and share and in Discord. All right, so for
I'm so excited.
nice. I found like 3 or 4 images, and like this is definitely like in this vein. So depending,
Love
but
it.
this is the one that they'll use first.
Ants.
Okay.
Uh,
Like Dragonlance on it.
nice. All right,
Oh.
so we will take. For anyone who doesn't know, we take like a 10-minute bio break. We're gonna knock that out, and let's see what the transition wants to work today. And then we will be back. So our audio will be hot because we are. So chat with us if you want. Otherwise, we'll catch you in about 10. Here we
See you
go.
soon.
Didn't work, but that's
Bye.
cool. Uh... All right, nice. I am gonna get that image. So while we'll switch it to this. There we go.
I will be right back.
Okie doke. Oh, I've got crew pictures in here. Okay. All right. This one. Carmen's got a few looks.
So excited.
We will start with. I think it was this one I was starting with. I've got like Pokemon. Carmine has evolutions, and it's just some really cool things.
Okay.
Here. Okay. Okay. All right.
I hope you've been enjoying my additions to the canon.
Love it.
Because I did have that realization when I was like, oh wait, nobody except Freelit knows that Carmine can talk.
Right? I love it.
Um,
Always appreciate additions. So
I was actually kind of interested in stuff that Freelit was so chill about it.
So chill about it. Oh, about him talking.
About him being like, I'm going to the library.
Oh, I think Breland has more things in her mind right now, but yeah.
Okay, fair. I was expecting like a big mothering moment of like, you shouldn't talk to strangers.
I think Breland has kind of learned to trust Carmine a bit and just,
That's fair.
yeah.
I think that Carmine spoke once before to Breelith, but I think it was in the session that you weren't in, so you might not have been privy to that.
Oh, that's my.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Breelith did have the same reaction the first time, so you're also not that off base.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Okay. That's fine. Everything's
Carmine.
Fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing this now.
I was also expecting like a. Breelith's been through.
I mean, it might as well at some point or another, right?
For players, I've put the image into Discord. But it'll be up for viewers here once we come back.
For some reason in my head, they got mixed up, and I was like, "Why are you putting it in the Discord for viewers?" I gotcha. Wait.
Humanoid appearance.
Wait. What?
40 arms.
Wait.
Or 40 wings. He's a biblically accurate angel.
Wait. So that's what they're turning into when they go to the library?
Yes.
Well, you'll read the note.
Will, right.
With clothes on. Hopefully.
Okay. All right. Well, Breelith will definitely be surprised at that.
Oh my gosh, actually, we're not gonna tell Breelith. It's just gonna be when Breelith like shows up and be like, hi. And just gonna be like, and who is this?
Nice.
I was living for that moment, actually. I'm like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. I gotta figure out how.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you.
No, I was saying I gotta figure out how to would Sinister even remember to tell Ashavar about the orphans in the UAF?
Right.
Maybe I should roll. I don't know what I would do.
Rolling is always the answer.
All right, let's do. Yeah. He would have had to pass by all that crap. So maybe like on, noticing the that it's in more than one part, he might. I think that would probably be best. I don't think he was like, that's okay. And I wonder if they profiled him on the way there, like as a pirate. He's like, excuse me, do you know who I am?
Nice. Look at the yeah.
Excuse me.
Terrible enough to match the guards.
Excuse me. Do you know?
You know who I am.
Right.
Nice.
And then break out in a guitar riff, the sickest.
Nice.
You'll never forget. You're forever changed. You're welcome.
Exactly.
Mm.
So wait, Dan.
Yeah.
So Carmine, I'm assuming shifted with clothes.
Nope.
Okay, so
I
now I
mean, I'm
have.
not gonna get, like, but they're gonna be like, nice and close. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I
I guess I can shift with clothes.
was gonna be like, I don't know how Zia would react to that, and I don't know if I'm very comfortable with that.
Gotcha.
So I
Then
appreciate
close it
having the
is.
conversation. Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry.
No, please let me know. Yeah, no, last thing I want to do is
I
have
mean, if
that.
there's a story purpose, totally
Uh,
fine.
no, that was just me. Like, okay, can they fabricate clothes? Probably not, but it's easy. I mean, they're a dragon that's shifting new. Just add
I
that.
mean, he did make the hat
Right?
for
Yeah.
Bo,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's very true.
so um, I'm hoping it's just like later hosen because I think that would be very funny,
Nice.
but I don't know if that makes sense.
I've been reading up on this
Um,
style.
Actually, Steph, do you have any thoughts on what the style would be? I guess it's like posh, British.
I mean, I would assume that it's probably something, it'd probably be clothes that he's seen before, you know?
Oh, fair.
Yeah, we did go to that ball. I mean, we did get invited to a fancy place.
Yeah, he's been a lot of places, so he's
That's
seen a
true.
lot
Yeah.
of different types of clothes, but
Yeah.
I feel
He could have
like.
turned,
Oh, good.
I was gonna say he could have turned into like a cloud giant, maybe. Because he did see one. Who knows?
Very
I don't know his
discreet
capable.
in Atmos to be
Yes,
a
just big ass cloud giant.
big ass clown guy, a clown guy, you know.
Oh,
Sorry, I just had to bother you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pop us back here.
right.
Um. Okay. And I will this way be able to share with our viewers as well the image. I think they've landed. Carmine's basically gonna dress through Harry Styles outfits. So
I
that's
love it.
their vibe.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Nice. So
Yes.
as this clothed humanoid forms before you, you see this multitude of angelic wings from their back that seem to shimmer and fade out of the visible spectrum, leaving behind a humanoid that's still at a glance relatively genderless. In one of Harry Styles, you know, more in a classier Harry Styles. I mean, I know because it's all so awesome. Uh, but outfit with a sort of a loose blousey kind of shirt, maybe like one of those long kilts, short skirts, um, and yeah, yep. They've pulled after kind of looking over Zia. They opted for the platinum blonde hair. And their eyes are a little bit similar to yours as well. Um, yeah, and just general height and stuff. They kind of co-opted some bits, height, hair color, and eyes basically. Um, and they have a little bit of that athletic kind of strength to their frame. Um, um, well, this should suit, yes.
Yeah. I'm learning a lot about you today, Carmine.
Oh, but this is all things I'm learning myself here, so I'm glad to share these.
Yeah. A lot of wings.
Yes, yes. I it's sort of tethered to spirit, I believe. My physical form, I've just got the two and another two coming in on my true dragon's form. But
Mm.
it just feels good to stretch, the spirit, I guess, as it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Huh.
And
Well,
Brazia is just like being like, every time that I've like brought the wings out, it has been kind of trauma inducing to everybody around here.
nice, nice.
So it's like, I'm sure that's great for you.
Hmm.
Very happy for you.
Nice.
Um,
Oh, thank you.
we should find Eden, I think.
Yes, that would be lovely. Usually meet up around this time anyway. So,
Oh,
oh,
great, great, great.
yes.
Yeah, awesome. Um, Eden already knows that you can like.
Oh, I'm. Eden seems very knowledgeable on what I can and can't and will be able to do and won't. This was just my first time stretching this out, so I wasn't sure
Oh,
I'd be able to do it, but I felt confident.
great.
Um,
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Um, I'm sure Brilith will also be very proud. Um, and Eden will be too. So it'll be great. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It'll be
Well,
great. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be, and she's like saying it so often that it's probably not sounding
yeah,
confident at
yeah.
all.
I'm a little less confident now, but let's find Eden and and see how this will go. All right, the two of you head off.
Um,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. If you had
Nope, you're
anything.
good. No, that's it.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Let me check in with Sinister. You finished up in the shop up there. Were you heading back to the ship after?
I was gonna go to the salty boot
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
and try to get I'm getting my little trying to spread out something.
Okay.
But um if I'm observant enough to see that there's a UAF presence,
Yeah, make a
like
perception.
another rock.
Up inside, it's relatively busy. It's starting to get that time where people are getting off work early, like 3, 4 in here.
16.
That's a pretty good check. Yeah. You don't see anyone in uniform in here currently because it's not their typical shift rotations, but so nothing obvious like a person in uniform.
Right. But like on the way, did I notice like I know
Oh,
when I left the ship, there's one
yes. Yep, right
going this
before.
way.
Gotcha. With
Oh,
that
okay.
perception as well, yeah, you would have definitely easily seen the one. I guess you kind of went through that one, but I didn't have you check, so we'll say like maybe you were just focused through that one, but you definitely would see one up here. On
I would
your
have
way
been
to
like, "Buh, bad show.
yeah, more of
No.
this. Yeah.
Ugh, amateurs."
hmm But it gets like a bothersome how many people are passing out flyers, these cadets and
Yeah.
stuff, and you see one of the stages.
Shoot.
You hear the same
Yeah.
propaganda.
Yeah. So I would probably get on the message to Ashavar and I would let her know like Ashavar, I when we were at that sweaty training camp,
Oh, ugh, ugh.
yeah, they had us doing that stupid like analytics and coding class. Well, me and Zia was like really good at it, and come to find out, we were actually intercepting transmissions and documentations and field missions and stuff for the UAF, and one about orphans in this town. Crossed it a couple times, so I think they're surveilling them.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Assholes.
Yeah, I forgot to mention to you. I'm kind. Am I the asshole?
No. We got so much going on.
Yes.
I
Well,
haven't heard any distress. I have ways of communicating with the people who run the orphanage. They haven't sent up any flares of distress. They didn't seem to be aware that they're under surveillance either. So, thank you.
well, you're welcome. Long story short, we have a donut shop where we can like send people for covert missions. Just say they want like a sin cake, and they have to ask for it by name.
Okay, sin cake.
Mm-hmm. All
Does it
right.
make you want to sin?
Well, it should be sinfully delicious.
Oh, no. No.
Nice.
I like it. I'm gonna go get one.
Yeah, and also, we can hold private meetings there. Just let me know.
All right.
I'm going to find another meeting spot that has possible smuggling capabilities. Bye.
Nice. Awesome. You send that message off, and you're arriving at the Salty Boot, I think.
Yes.
Hey,
What? Just a couple of the UAF are inside.
You don't actually see any in uniform. I mean, there could be someone off duty here, but it's only so busy. It's at maybe like 25% capacity right now. See one of the co-owners you met before behind the bar.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wait, like coming.
Hey. Hello, hey.
Hey,
good to see you again.
I look a little salty, don't I?
Yeah, it's sharp. I like it. Yeah, that's
yes.
Are you okay? First of all, second of all, that looks really badass.
Yeah, I know. Right? All right. Yes, I am fine.
Good.
Because I put my faith in Char like I told you last time.
Right? Okay.
And I got a little bit of new stuff.
All right. Well,
now I was asking if I could utilize this space. Yes, thank you.
On the house. Right here.
Thank you. Yeah. I just okay. I need to be able to. I mean, because last time I was here, we went in there in the sewers, and I didn't say anything about your operation, what you got going on here. But what if I could tell you, I can send more business your way?
I'm listening. What do you got in mind?
Well, I just, sometimes I might need to utilize the space, but all I gotta say is that, right now we are trying to stop the corruption in the police force. As you can see, they have a UAF presence, as all this, and trying to put it into piracy. And we can't have that. So what if I was to have like underground concerts down here and get about it, and then bring more business and possible more allies to your business foundation?
Are you talking about using the old junction down in the
Yeah.
Oh.
Junction.
We can yeah. Listen, if concerts, business, if they come in and pay the cover charge here, get a couple of drinks and head down.
We're gonna have to get better drinks than the Salty Boot. We'll work on it. I also have a business with a bakery up the way where you're having sin cakes. Maybe we could have some sort of collaboration.
Don't see why not.
It's gotta be fun time.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because you talked to this person before.
Yes.
Yeah, we could market towards that.
29.
Oh, jeez, okay. All right. We can work something up, but listen, if I don't mind saying that I don't know anything, but it's a little hard to say that when we're charging cover. Like, I'm fine with you doing it and giving you the space. It's gonna get us money. It's great, but
you don't need to know anything more than that. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
I'll just give you and we're gonna work on the drink. Okay.
Yes, get a signature drink for it. Yeah.
Yes, a char shot.
All right. All right.
Yes. It's cloudy and with a little bit of darkness and a little bit of purple on the outside.
Uh,
You can do that. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. I'll work up a few different flavor mixtures here to get that result. You can tell me which
And
one.
some shappetizers. No, we'll work on that. I don't know.
I like where
You
your
know, I'm
head's
just
at, though.
yes, no. I think that might be a little disrespectful to for a goddess to be turned into an appetizer. But a shot drink should be okay with that.
All right. All right. Yeah. When you're ready to start this up or have your first meeting, I'll have some things worked up for you. If I'm making business and that's your thing, yeah, sure.
Well, the whole thing is that the customer needs to feel like this is a secret gathering and that they are the only ones that know the secret knowledge to
Oh,
even get here to make it even more exclusive.
do that. Maybe set a password and make it all
Yes,
hush.
right.
Looking
Like
for
make it look, turn people away, you know, let people come in,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
especially
that's a cover
influential.
charges, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the influential too.
Nice. All right. Yeah, sold. Sold.
All right.
Give it a handshake for him.
Yeah, the shakes his head.
All right. Pours himself a drink too.
Okay. Have a blessed Char day. And I'm gonna
We'll see you around.
blessed be the Char.
Ching.
And he's just gonna drink back, keep drinking.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
he'll tell the rest of them, hey, I'm at the salty boot for the rest of the night.
Oh,
And he's just gonna
nice.
start playing music and
Oh,
try to bring people in.
beautiful, beautiful. All right, yeah. And a quick corner was like, yeah, dude, there's a stage over here. Set up, do your thing. I don't have anyone booked tonight, so.
I've already started.
Nice. You're killing it. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Breathe. Yeah, right? Or was it Ashvar? I think I've got to come back around to Ashvar. I don't think that my brain is shutting off. All right, so Ashavar, you were last. Let's see. Couldn't find the person, but then you went to look at. Gosh, what did you do after?
I went to the upper class rally.
Right.
And,
Okay. Got that info.
yeah.
The tension is there. What would you like to do after that?
I'd like to try to make contact with the dude that I met at the speed dating.
Oh gosh. Oh man, I definitely don't have that. If I have that name, that is buried somewhere.
I don't have it, but
yeah. Do you want to just like look in the same place, like see if because that was like one of the market area, I think they had
yeah.
something.
Well, he gave me some kind of contact, like a note or something of where, like, how I could make contact with him, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Because we were talking about dealings of the shady sort.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, in that case, I would say that the card might have an address on it that is definitely in that back section. The more out of sight, guards don't patrol as much, black markety section of the market board.
Yeah.
And
I apologize for shoveling up like a year ago.
Nope, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you go back through there, down to the market square, through the more bustling above board section, into the gray area section, into the full on like the secret markets in the back there, and you come upon the address that was left, and structure of the different houses back here is really worn. Houses are almost like slanted a little bit. The doorway itself has a little bit of a slant to it, where the door would get stuck a little bit, but the door happens to be open. There's a lantern aglow outside. But the door's just wide open into a house that has had a glance on furnishings. Do you want to? I mean, I don't want to jump too far ahead. Do you want to, in fact, go to that?
Yeah, I'll go to the house. But I'll kind of, even though the door, is it like hanging open or is it just like not locked?
To be wide open.
Okay. I'll approach the doorway and kind of give the open door a knock before I try to go in.
Okay.
Just be polite to our fellow criminals.
Oh, nice, nice. All right. Well, you hear some footfalls coming down the stairs, and a teenage boy, maybe like 14. Yeah. Oh, uh, hi.
Hello.
Are you here for my dad?
Yes, I met him sometime. He may not remember me. I had different hair, but
Oh,
we met some time ago, and I was just looking to reconnect, say hello,
that's nice.
maybe. Yeah.
Um, yeah, he'll be back in like a half an hour.
Oh my God, I love it. The voice is great. Um, all
New
right.
crewmate. Just kidding.
Um, all right. Ashavar will pull a couple of I don't know, Atmos dollars or
Nice, nice.
out of her pocket and give it to the kid because
Oh,
you can always use more allowance.
thank you.
Well, she'll say that. She's like, you can always use more in your allowance. Just
Uh,
tell your dad that Lex Machina stopped by and that we met at a cafe for an event.
all right. Are you sure you don't want to stay? There's some snacks.
All right. I don't want to I don't want to trouble you. I'm sure you've got stuff you've got going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back upstairs. It won't be long. I mean, half an hour at most, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Sure.
And like as she's talking to him, she's treating him like an adult,
Yep.
like kind of like teenagers like to be treated. She's kind of playing into that.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, there's this and sets out some things for you. Until you need anything, I'll be right upstairs. Of
Thank you.
course. And, and then heads upstairs. And it doesn't take long. It's like 20 minutes later. So you see, Darwin. Sure, let's go with Darwin. I'm never gonna find that. That
Sounds
was
good to me.
Darwin enters. Oh, oh, hello. Sort of like trying to place you real hard, like
Lex.
Lex, it's good to see you again. Process,
um,
right?
yeah, I just we were passing through the city again. I thought maybe we could do some business.
Ooh, yes, of course. Of course. Let me pull up a seat. Oh, you've got Max. Oh, you met Jeremy then. Lovely. Well,
Fine, lad.
oh, thank you. Well, yes. I was open for business tonight, so timing's perfect. What sort of business venture? Right.
Well, personally, I'm after some information. However, um, pause the in character stuff for a second. I'm trying to think what we have on the ship.
I'm so sorry. My AirPod like cut out or something during that. What was it? Sorry.
Oh, I sorry, I was kind of talking to myself, but
Okay.
so she will, because I'm not terribly good at RPing speech. She will basically lay out that she's looking for some information around the city, and she'll comment on the recent tension and how it must be hurting his, or at least impairing his business to some extent with the extra guards around the harbor. And so right now her business venture is in the interests of figuring out what's going on and possibly interrupting it so that trade can flow again. Or trade.
Yeah, yeah. And that would be rather nice. Either that or finding a way to cut through all this
Hmm.
the bullshit.
Yeah.
Trying to, a
Yeah.
safe.
I was at one of those rallies up in the Manor District, I think it's called, or where all the rich houses
Oh
are.
yes.
Oh, the attitudes up there. Oh my god.
Oh, it's any thief would just hopes to make it to that level of aristocracy, because truly they've succeeded where many of us still strive.
Hmm. Interesting. Parentheses, now hatching a plot to like take over the rich district.
Nice, nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Um
do you
well,
have any? Good, sir.
I what I can bring to the table, I have a means of travel. I can get on and off the island quickly, easily, and travel where my crew and I wish to go. So you have connections here in the city. I have connections out there. So I think between the two of us, we should be able to at least figure out a way to bypass the recent kerfuffles that have been going on around here.
That sounds quite love. I mean, that's these days. That's really rather something. Being able to go as you please. The UAF has been cracking down on their own, members of the UAF as equally with pirates, and with stops and inspections and harbor inspections, but mid-flight inspections. It's quite something that you.
Yes. Bunch of very stiff people in the UAF.
Yes, yes.
Regulations and rules and thick.
Right, all designed, of course, to make them money. Another another band of thieves.
Thieves in uniforms. The worst.
Well, I could. The only thing I'm in a position to do currently would be I might have some goods coming in that need shipping. Just as I could only risk items that not too much cargo. It would have to be something small, but I have a couple of items that are due in that have some importance or value to them that need to go to a different island. Can I find you somewhere? If I strike the deal and get these items, I could pay you. I'd go as high as 20% of payment, which would be around 8 or 10,000 gold for you.
Oh.
If you could safely ship it.
She'll pause for a second and say, well, there is one thing that I do have to get up front. I know that we met at an event for less than savory sorts, but I do not trade in people.
Oh, no, I would never. Oh, disgusting. That's absolutely vile.
I'm glad we're in agreement.
Yes.
Your offer seems quite generous. I would be happy to arrange shipment for these items.
All right. My deal, cementing the deal for me, is a meeting tomorrow, and if I'm successful in convincing them, then I will reach out to you. It'll be up to 2 items. My understanding is one is a bit of jewelry, and the other is an item that can be carried by a person. So shouldn't be too large or too heavy. But I can give you more details, of course, if I'm able to strike the deal. Will that work?
That seems reasonable.
My door is always open because it no longer shuts. But but preferably as well. You're welcome to, I imagine you don't want to give too much information about your ship or where you are, so if you're foreseeing me tomorrow, well, perhaps the day after. Because the deal that I need to make is tomorrow under cover of darkness, so, not tomorrow, but as early as the following morning, come right in, Jeremy or I will be here, and,
Excellent.
yes.
Very good. I appreciate your time.
And I appreciate the opportunity you're bringing me. And it's lovely to see you again. Have you done something different with your hair?
How kind of you to notice. I did.
Lovely.
You know,
Lovely.
like fluffed it up a little bit. A couple of pins here and there.
Magnificent. Yes, well, I do look forward to doing business with you now.
Thank you. You as well, sir.
Hmm.
And I'll probably head back to the ship after that.
Okay, we'll say farewell. You'll hear goodbye from upstairs.
No.
Hey guys, I think I turned us into smugglers.
Nice.
I'm glad you did. I got a perfect spot.
Nice, nice. You got
All
your
right.
leg.
We got the clandestine network going.
Yeah. All right. So I guess over to Breatheth. You were you finished up at that other deal. Where were you headed?
So she was going to go to one of the general churches, temples. And as I said, she's trying to find someone who seems in charge. We don't have to. Technically, what she's looking for, Dan, is she's going to ask them if there's, and this might be something you need to do and get back to me about, if there's. She would lay out for them a few things that she believed, like goodness, blah, blah, blah. But then also she respects the dead and she honors the dead. And if they have a deity in mind that she could, realizing that Sehanin despises dead.
Sorry.
She's kind of rethinking a few things, and she would tell them this and just be like, I'm just looking for someone who is a deity that is good, but yet also respects the dead. If there's one out there like that.
Hi, welcome to the temple. How can I?
Hi. Yes, I'm looking for well, you see, I worship Sehanin.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, but I'm kind of I'm kind of rethinking a few things.
Oh, okay.
You see, I feel very strongly about respecting the dead and honoring them, and even communicating them and using their knowledge if we can, but in a good way, right? And not in a scary way. And I'm just looking for someone who might be a good service for something like that. Someone I can worship that might better fit, because I kind of realized that person I do worship doesn't really like dead things. So
we all change. That's okay. You learn, you grow, discover more about yourself, and I can help you with this.
Sure.
And she takes you over to a stand with brochures. It's like 4 feet tall.
Great.
Okay.
Oh.
So we're gonna start in the the dead section of the dead over here.
Okay.
Just take any of these, the top 8 here, and I'll work on the second row, and we'll see if we find anything that has a sort of reverence for the dead, or venerates them without outright hating them.
Right.
or teaching ways to obliterate them, because that is kind of the go-to, isn't it? Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
Starts flipping through a pamphlet, and points to a few for you to look through, and you're flipping
Okay.
through these different deities, and it's all kind of the same so far. Um, you go through your entire row of 8 as a faster reader, finding nothing. She gets to like the 5th one out of 8. Oh, I think we might
Did
be
you
onto
find?
something here. Mm,
Okay.
look at this. It passes you the pamphlet.
Okay.
And it's a pamphlet to a deity known only as the Pale Lady. Pale Lady.
Oh.
Hmm. Well, this is a very
Oh.
uh, interesting deity. Not worshipped too much. I'm not really even sure. I've never seen this pamphlet before. Um, but as it says at a glance in the pamphlet, they seem to be a very, very, very old deity. And well, let's see. She pulls another one out, and like, so you have one to flip through, and she does.
Uh,
Oh,
okay.
she often appears sort of as like a figure behind almost like a sheet of silk, like you can't see her form. Ooh,
Oh.
interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um. hmm, All right. Looks like she. Yeah. I mean, it says here that she honors the dead. Um. Even so some of these other deities, undead, they get real upset when there's like the natural order's broken, but this one doesn't seem to care so much. Seems to be more that like they still have a life even in undeath. um
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's
yeah,
yeah. That's kind of
yeah.
what I'm looking for.
It says here she what she doesn't like is when undead are controlled by others. um
Okay.
since there's sort of a weakness to free will once you're undead. Um, so that I don't know if that aligns. If you're like, no, control those zombies, make it my
No,
horde.
no, 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 no. I don't want to control. No, I don't want to control.
Well, there you go. We're getting somewhere. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. What's your name?
It's Freela.
I'm Trita.
Oh, hi, Trita. It's a pleasure. Hi.
My pleasure. Um, well, if this is fitting in, we have some spots open to if you're looking to pray or maybe call out and see if this. You look like you maybe are uh more than just a worshiper. I see your holy symbol, and I don't like making assumptions, so I'm just asking. Like maybe you serve deities versus worshiping,
Well,
like a cleric.
yes. Yeah.
I thought so. Oh, there's plenty of. If you're looking for a private praying chamber, those are over here. Or if you just want an open spot, I see a few open in here.
Oh, I'll take the private one.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Now, do you wish to have a generalized priest or priestess? In one we have sort of like confessionary chambers where you can pray along with some guided prayer. Or do you just want, just it's kind of a personal thing sometimes. You just want the
I
space for
think
yourself.
I just want the space for myself, Trita.
I feel like we could be friends. We,
Oh,
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, right over there, dear. Just down the end of the line.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Okay, take care.
It was too good, Dan. It was too good.
Neat.
Okay, she would go over to the separated, private praying thing, and
Like a
would
little closet you step in.
yeah. First, she would so say Haneen. I haven't really said anything to you in a while. I don't think you care, but so I feel like that some things that I now think are good are not things that you think are good, and I feel like we're kind of parting ways. I feel like you're going over here, and well, you've always been there, right? But I'm kind of going over here, and I I respect you. There are still things about you I adore, and I hope that you will allow me but no problem if not, to keep respecting certain parts of you. But I just I feel like I need to reach out to something different for a different part of myself, particularly the part that wants to speak to the dead. I know that's not your thing, but just want to I just wanted to call out to speak to you first before I go to I say anything. Just in don't You don't need to be jealous. Anyways, okay, all right. Um,
Does that sort of wrap your prayer to
that's right.
her?
My prayers up to say, Hanine.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's with that you feel that feeling when you hear someone that you're close to let out a really long sigh. But then sort of an a feeling of acceptance at the end. Like not like an exasperated with you, but like we went through a
Right.
lot and you're leaving, like
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
kind of feeling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you
So
feel your
kind of.
powers fade. The
Oh,
magic that
okay.
resonated in you is gone for the time being.
Relith will like kind of like shift herself a bit to like face a different direction.
Yep.
Um so the pale lady
Mm-hmm.
is who I'm calling out to. Um Hi, my name is Brilith, and I would like to serve you if you don't have a problem with that. I think that we have a lot in common. uh you respect the dead, and even the undead, you think they have a place and they have a certain faded part of life still within them. I think the same things too, and I thought the same things for a long time, and then I just kind of went back and forth. But anyways, I'm getting off track. I wanted to just ask you if I could serve you, since you seem to have the same values that I do, and I respect that. And I promise not to ever control the undead. Um. So yeah, I just said bye to say Hanine, to say hello to you. Um. Hello. I'm your new servant.
Hmm. All right. Is that sort of the end of your for
That's
now?
it.
Okay.
That's it for now.
So you
Yep.
lift that prayer up, and are you praying like eyes closed? Are you like the eyes open and you're looking up into the darkness of this closet space?
Oh, she's looking up into the darkness of the closet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The darkness, is just that. So sort of a dark corner. The door that you kind of close to get in here just has a small grate, so there's a little tiny god rays of light that shine behind you. But you're looking up in this top corner, and the darkness seems to warble a little bit and drop, descend towards you. And uh, as it gets close, it's actually like a cloth, the dingy white cloth, not dirty, but just like a dampened color, and that falls down and in a floaty, like sort of suspended as if it was floating in water. Um, vertically and kind of begins to descend, but it's a couple feet away, and you hear a voice. Wish to serve me. Breathe.
Yes, yes, I wish to serve. If everything in this pamphlet is true, raise the pamphlet. Yes, I think that you are. I would be a good fit for your service.
Heart speaks true of your reverence for the dead. You are charged to not control them. I must ask, will you seek to free those that are under control should you find that you encounter in my name?
Yes, yes, I can do that.
Will you change deities again in another week? Another year?
No, no, this is. I think this is who I'm supposed to be, and this is. I think it's always been kind of a bad fit with who I was serving before, but I'm just now realizing it, and I think that I want to be here for as long as I can, serving you.
I'm glad that fate has brought you here. You may serve me. In turn, I will share my power to see the deeds done that must be done.
Deal.
And take my shroud and wear it always. A sign of your devotion.
Is there a shroud I can
So
take?
that wavy cloth, as you look
Yeah.
up, the light in the room kind of fills up. Like there's a divine light that kind of starts filling up the space. And you actually see now, instead of just this cloth in the darkness, it's actually a pretty bright white cloth in the light. And pressed through it is a face. You caught the end of her talking, mouth moving behind this, feminine form. Behind the height of this cloth, taking up a space that's much larger, than this closet. Like the darkness is vast there. And that seems now it lowers a little bit more within range for you to take if you wanted.
Take her both hands, and
Ooh, it wraps around you.
oh,
Kind of looks
okay.
like a nice infinity scarf thing with like a cool
Oh.
cut to it and stuff. So
I have to get a white scarf now. Okay.
and it drapes down, but like a sleeveless, it's very open and free and will fit with most outfits.
Oh, it's nice. Thank you.
Serve me well, forever be by.
Well, she'll rise and I give maybe a half bow and leave.
That light dims as you stand up and you step outside.
And then she'll just go to the she'll give a nice wave to Trita. Thank you.
Did you find everything you need?
I did, yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. You have yourself a great day. And maybe we'll see you again.
I'll check in and let you know how it goes.
All right. Yeah.
And she will scamper over to meet Zia and them at the library.
Okay.
But on her way out, after she gets outside really quick, remembering something that Stephanie remembered, was reminded of.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna write in the sky. Breathless is at port. So
Breathless is at port. Okay.
just as a reminder, when she left, I don't remember if he said anything. I don't think he did. But when the Lonely Hearts Club, she talked to Benjamin, who was like this, like very like I believe he was a Von Sutcliffe, but I'm unsure. And he was like, and then she gave him a note when she left that she told them all of their names and that they were traveling in Atmos Isles.
Nice. Okay.
So that's why she put that in the sky.
All right.
She might even write Ben, like Ben, come, and then like mark it out, and then put Breelith is at port.
Okay. Excellent. All right.
And then she'll go to the library.
Beautiful. Okay. I love it. All right. Excuse me. Let me. So I'm gonna jump. Bring it back around to like Zia and Zia Carmine with Breelith approaching, but I wanted to check in and see. Oh wait, Sinister, you're there. You're at the tavern for the evening. Okay. And Ashavar, you're going.
Yeah, I let everybody know though.
Right.
That's
Yes. Okay. So you all know. Ashavar, you're going to the tavern.
Yeah, I was going to the ship, but when I hear Sinister, Sinister, I'm like, all right, let's go.
Party. Nice. So I'll jump over quickly then to Sinister and Ashvar. Just Sinister, you hear maybe a couple drinks in, and you see Ashavar step inside.
Oh,
You've got a boost now, by the way.
Yeah. I want to be eating like shrimp and all kinds of stuff.
Can I stop by the ship to get my viola and then go to the tavern?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yay.
Make it happen.
We're gonna have a jam session.
Yeah.
Get Brody on drums.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably like message Charles and Charlie to come.
Nice.
I think it'd be all right. He really likes the party. I don't know why, but
you've been teaching him the
bring
drums.
Yeah.
Should I like bring my drums though? Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. We're gonna play that one song we played together.
Oh.
I think
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm there. He gets all sorts of hyped. Okay, so now we have Sinister, Ashapar, and Charles, and Charlie's always just, often chilling. So Charlie's gonna meow themselves around the salty boot. Ghost cat scaring people here and there. But y'all start rocking.
I'm trying to bring the clout and the mystique. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of scary. You get a ghost cat.
Nice. Okay, in that case,
I want to show Ashavar the around and let her in on plans. Take her to the speakeasy section. Take her to the concert area. And the whole idea is to make them think that it's like a secret, like they got in like secretly, but we can have different code days and different code names for whoever's going to be in there. And we both can play music. And it's always nice to have like a ghost and a ghost cat that can kind of like creep in and out of the walls.
Yep. Oh, also like while they're playing music, Ashavar is also using her minor illusion to like, make little pyrotechnics and snowflakes in the air and shit.
Nice.
Oh man. And then he does his like dance of lights. We can have it coordinated and all stuff.
Oh,
oh yeah.
Starting to pull the crowd for sure then. Yeah.
And then I can do a little light proselytizing, get more to the cult. Go ahead and
gotta get people to. Has Sinister taken levels in cleric yet?
Nice.
Not yet.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, so you get that, you start pulling that crowd, there's a song or two that's definitely got a few like lines about Shar and stuff. Like,
I want a little bit of protest stuff, but a little Creedence Clearwater Revival to it.
Wow.
Yes. Beautiful.
Throw that in there.
So the salty boots like dumping.
Yeah.
All right.
So hopefully the owner is okay with that. So
They see. I mean, they're making money with the crowd, so they seem
Yeah.
to be, not like they're all like, "Make me money, SpongeBob." You know,
and
but
then I'm
they're
like, okay. And I'll say for Ashford, there's a table where you can set up if you like over there.
Nice. All right. Yeah, kicking over there, getting a little bit of that, working Char in. And over at the library, we'll have Zia and Carmine have arrived.
And Eden.
And Eden, right? I'm so sorry. So you've met Eden, who totally agrees. You know, just yes. Of course, we can go to the library. Good, fine job, Carmine. Does a little head nod. What are we looking for again, Zia?
Well, there are a few different things we're kind of looking to see if we can find. So, anything on Asimars, generally speaking, or Asimar guardian spirits, in particular. I have a feeling this might lead us in some other directions that might involve celestials, but we'll get there when we get there. I think we're going to try to find somebody who's been pretty helpful with this kind of stuff in the past. Clifton
All
from the
right.
academic board helped us a lot when we were trying to find out about the Book of Enoch. So,
Let's see. All right. Lead the way.
all right. And I'm assuming that we will probably see the skywriting at some point.
Yo, yeah. As you, start heading through the port, you see the people on the stage and you hear the protests and stuff. I mean, not the protests. I mean, there are some people protesting, thank goodness. But you know, you hear the people on the stage, and you do look up. You know, Carmine. If one of you sees it, like, oh, Ben, are you this? Is it port? I feel. Oh, is that all right? Carmine asks.
Wait, to Brelith mind linking or
No, to you,
okay.
and Eve.
I mean, it's Brelith, and her and I are not on really good terms. I think we're working back, and it's my fault. And I mean, like, I don't want to make it a thing. It's probably not like a big deal.
Right. All right. Yeah, I suppose it's not the dock number or anything. So.
Oh, the what now?
It's a dock number. I mean, it's in not our address. You know, like where to find Breatheth exactly. So it just says docks. I suppose that's safe. Security-wise, just.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Dan, out of character, I thought you were saying dark number, and I was like, "What's the dark?"
Oh no! Yeah. One is the
phone
yeah. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, it would be pretty hard because, our ship like really blends in. It's like just like all the others.
Very official. Right. And were you headed to the library or to Clifton first?
Clifton first, I think.
Okay.
Because Clifton would probably know where to check.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so you find Clifton still well within the office hours. Let me see if I have Clifton here. I'm pretty sure I kept Clifton in
170-something-year-old elf.
We have Clifton. Clifton is the half elf. He's 53. But there's Urwell, that's 169-year-old female wood elf that was also there, and then Janet.
Okay.
Okay. So you yes, Atmos College for Advanced Thinkers.
That's what it was. Okay.
You find your way there. The office is open. And you'll actually find all three of them sitting in there. There's a big, ornate wooden desk at the far end of their office with 3 sets of box bay windows that overlook part of the city, and then a bunch of bookcases and other areas to inspect and study, and 2 large wingback chairs that face one another. maybe like 5 feet before the end of the room where the desk is. And there's one person behind. Janet is in one of the reading chairs. Clifton's in one of the reading chairs, and Urwell she's sitting at the desk. Um, and I gotta remember to put accents in my notes. Oh well. Clifton looks up. Hello, it's can't remember if you gave your real name. It's you.
I did.
Yeah, right? With
Yeah.
the Book of Enoch. Any luck?
Well, it's I don't know if I would call it luck.
Oh,
You know, we're we're just trying our best. Have you heard
understood.
anything?
Oh, not nothing from Jolene since I heard that um
Hmm.
other book. Sadly, oh, but we have only opened the book a bit and studied,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, like, what would you do if theoretically you had the book, like, right now, like, in front of you, just like hypothetically?
I only had it here for just the shortest of times, but we couldn't open it. So probably look at it
Yeah.
longingly, wishing we could study it.
But if you
Celestial
could have
blood.
opened it, then what do you think you would have done?
Probably studied it from the beginning on as far as we could and see.
Oh,
We understand the mysteries of the universe. Who knows what the pages hold?
aha. Okay. So like a book. You would read it like a book.
Oh yes, yes.
There's there's no secrets or anything like that.
Oh my, well, not that we're aware of. Looks around, but that's part of the study. Yes.
True, true. I was actually wondering, and I apologize for, busting in like this. If
Quite
you
all right.
happen to know if there are any resources on ASMR biology or guardianship lineages,
Hmm. Hmm.
anything
Well, we do have
of
our
that
works
sort.
on the studies we were performing about a decade and a half ago. There was reports of a celestial wandering the prime material plane. um, some 20 feet tall. We have our studies on that. Some interesting bits in the biology. Asimov, of course, are created a couple of ways. Sometimes directly by the touch of an actual deity, but celestials themselves can also bear children. Well, sort of. A mortal can only bear one child to a celestial and survive. You
Yeah.
get one.
Oh, only one?
Yes, yes. So often in history, anyway, if you try and give birth to another, because they become Asimar,
Mm-hmm.
it's more dead. Every time dead. You get
Yeah.
one, unfortunately.
So
Um,
you're saying, like, for instance, like a celestial and some being, it would be impossible for that Asimar to have like biological siblings.
half siblings, yes, because the Celestial themselves could have us. In history, Celestials, if they pair up, find a partner for whatever lifespan the partner will live, they'll find others willing to carry the other children. So you can
Mm,
have siblings, but because each one can only have one, they typically have other mothers or celestials can give birth if the celestial is capable of giving birth and
hmm.
has everything needed for that. Typically, it's a different creature altogether that's born. Interestingly, a planetar usually.
Oh,
Yes,
a
uh,
what?
a planetar.
I don't know
It's
what that is.
think celestial titan, slightly less grand than that. Like Empyreans, they're almost titans. Very
Oh,
powerful,
yeah,
and
yeah.
but in the celestial wing of things. But
Okay.
when the celestial is the impregnator, not T, then typically you end up with an Asimar. But
Okay.
different women are brought in to give birth to any consecutive children outside of the partner.
I'm learning so much right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, like, for Asimar themselves, like,
Mhm.
we just don't know very much about that specifically, like after they're born.
Oh, it depends on the family context. Typically they're close to the family. They're not. Sometimes they're hired out if they're had enough wealth, but usually it's someone close that they trust that remains in the family in that role or in the family group, so that
In
each
what
child.
role?
Oh, there is it's sort of well, mother to the
Oh,
child and a close friend to the partners. Um, hmm?
oh, I was thinking more, after Nasamar was born, like in terms of, maybe the relationship to like, you know, um, and she's like trying to search for the words to kind of explain without really fully explaining because it's like a thing to get into. Like, you know, I mean, so after Asmar is born and they're like, growing up and um, maybe they had like spiritual guidance of some kind
Oh
or
yes, many
their
have.
essence.
Hmm, yes, it's quite frequent. Almost every Asimar has a guide. Uh,
Oh,
they
do they
can.
now?
Yes, they can present in a number of ways. Quite often they are a fair bit separated. They make themselves known often through dreams. Subtle visions or dreams help guide. Other times, it's if the Asimar is stronger. The stronger they are, the more personalized that experience becomes. Some have even been said to have formed a living creature with which they can interact.
Oh,
Yes, not for others to see or anything, but simply for themselves to interact with, versus just a fade in a dream.
and when you say like strength, do you mean like magical strength or like
Yes,
mental fortitude?
there's a number. Well, it's not known all the details, but those are both factors.
Mm,
Namely, the celestial energy um,
mm.
with which they are born. It's something that is born. It can be amplified, but the rituals to do so are really quite terrible and not
Mm.
just simply shouldn't be performed. They're rarely spoken of.
Oh,
Little known, rarely spoken of, because you have to do that with the children when they're children. And it's quite painful.
oh, uh, like quite young.
Yes, from birth up until age
Um,
5 or so.
so, learning so much today. Learning is is so fun.
Yes.
I can see why Brilith is a fan. Um, uh, so what? Just like hypothetically,
Yes.
what might happen if the 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 spirit, the guardian, is like given physical form and is then killed?
Um, Well, from all accounts, they're not given true physical form. They're simply, if the Asimar is powerful enough, they can create. It's sort of not an illusion, but a form with which to interact. But it can't leave the all but a few feet of the Asimar, and if it cannot be destroyed, it's not physical that can touch other things physically in the world. Simply the Asimar and be present in their space. Well, the power required to, I don't think it could even be done to bring one into physical existence.
Oh yeah, I mean that would be crazy.
It would be.
And then cue uncomfortable laughing. Um, and I'm assuming at that point, Breelith would probably be pretty close by unless getting stopped.
Yep. So Carmine is giving you Breelith the heads up that they're here with Clifton. So if you're heading there first to meet up with them.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the raid. Hey everybody, thank you. Okay, so yeah, Breelith, you hear the uncomfortable laughing of Zia around the corner as you walk into the office.
Oh, hey, Zia. Hi.
Hey, we're learning so much.
Oh, good. Good.
And
Breelith,
Where's
hello.
Carmine? Hi. Where's Carmine?
You see, of course, this other form standing next to Zia
Yeah.
and Eden. But they don't say or do anything. They're gonna tease you.
well, I feel like Zia would kind of freeze and be like, "How do I explain this?" And then would be thinking so hard, kind of out loud almost, and then be like, "Oh wait a minute, we have a mind link." She's just like mind fried right now of a few different things. It's like, oh, this person here, that's Carmine.
Hello, Breelith.
Oh.
I'm glad you could join us.
Oh. Hi. You look great.
Thank you. I took some inspiration from Zia, but most of this is just sort of me. This is how I feel. And I thought, you put a humanoid spin on it, yes?
You look fantastic, Carmine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're looking lovely today yourself.
Thank you. Thanks.
We're learning. Quite a bit.
So Zia said, I'm learning quite a bit just in the last couple of seconds.
We all had the same reaction.
Well, great. I'm glad to be here. I can help however you need me to help.
Yeah, we learned, that Asimar have guardian spirit, and sometimes if they're very powerful, those guardian spirits can attain theoretically physical form.
Oh. Oh, that would explain.
Sort of a wispy ethereal form. An actual physical form would require an absolutely earth-shattering amount of celestial energy. It's preposterous.
Yeah,
Really
so,
just kind of looks at Zia.
Yeah, I mean, but like to do that, they couldn't just be born powerful. They'd have to like have horrible, terrible things done to them since birth to like amplify their power, which would be really bad, probably.
Oh, I shudder to think.
Yeah. Oh, the shudder. There's so much of it.
Do you have a bar attached to this library?
You know, I realized I was thinking the same thing.
Yes, always. It's the academic ward, dear. There's a bar in every building.
Oh, good. Good. I have a feeling, few of us might need something at some point. Um, great. Well, that's good. That's good knowledge to have. Kind of like looking at Zia mostly.
Mm.
Um, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us.
Of course. I do love it when you come in and ask the questions that you ask. Oh, it's marvelous. Please, if you have any other questions in the future, don't
Sure.
hesitate.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
The bar's down the hallway. 3 hallways down on the right. Left after the bathroom. The bar's at the end of that hallway.
Okay. Thank you.
Of
Appreciate
course.
it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Zia, would you like to get something to drink?
I think that would be wonderful.
Kind of looks over her shoulder at Carmine. Do you? We can get you something. Do you drink? Or do you drink in this
Oh,
form?
I haven't yet.
Carmine's
This is
not
my first time.
Carmine's not old
Oh,
enough.
no. You don't think? Um,
I mean, I don't know.
Wait, isn't
Well,
Eden here? Eden's here, right?
Yeah, Ian's got their arms crossed. Like, that's a decision for Carmine. I'm sure it looks like their body's capable. Seem to. On the mind link shifts over. Dragons, they mature very quickly.
Okay.
They're already
Yeah.
probably at a scholar's level, so I
Yeah.
think mentally and emotionally they've developed enough. But
That's what
you're
I
not
figured.
giving alcohol to a child. That's the concern.
okay.
I wasn't afraid of that, but Carmine, would you like to go with us to get something to drink?
Zia is sitting here just like thinking about like the mother like child relationship that really and Carmine have had for so long,
Yeah.
and then like your mom is inviting you out drinking. What
She's
is
a
Nice.
fun
happening?
mom.
Nice.
What?
Trick or treating's done. Let's get some drinks.
She's a
No.
cool mom.
Right? Awesome.
Well,
Oh,
Carmine, you should come with us. You can get whatever you want, as long as it's not too strong.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Eden might pop in. Please don't forget. I think I'm going to go back to the ship, but I believe Sinister mentioned that they're at the Salty Boot. In case you're looking for proper drinks, that's not too awful far here. It's in this ward, so.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Eden.
Of
Thank you.
course.
oh, thank you,
Of course.
and thank you for everything and for coming.
Of course, I do need to share. I think I have some work. I picked up a scent earlier, so I might be out for the night.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We'll wait
okay.
for you.
Lovely, lovely. Update once matters are dealt with.
Sure. If you need backup, you know who to call.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Thank you.
Good luck.
She gives a gentle wave and heads off, and Carmine's like, "Oh, all right."
Would you like to go to
Ready?
the Salty Boot, Claire? Zia?
A
Yes.
wall just shattered.
I would.
Okay.
Zia would and Claire would also.
Okay. I tell you what. Let's go meet up with Sinister at the Salty Boot. Carmine. They'll have
Right.
drinks and food and whatever there as well. So.
And Krulith, did Titania kind of update you on some things?
No.
Okay, so I have a couple topics of conversation when we're on our way, but that's okay.
Okay. Sure. Let's go. We'll lead the way to the Salty Boot.
Okay. Make your way out of the building. Smells strongly of cedar with all
I
the.
wanted to be at the part where they're like waving their lighters and like, like
Nice,
that
nice.
Sure.
part.
Yeah, as you all kind of make your way through the cobbled streets here, a lot of people out and about on this in the academic ward. This time of it's transitioned into like a little past dinner, just past twilight. Darkness has just fallen. It's maybe like 7:38, and you can hear the not aggressive
People sing?
rowdiness, but the hype, the music, the dance, the clapping, the roars of laughter from the salty boot around like halfway around the block. And as you enter, you see some people transitioning into part of the song with sort of their sways, and some people have magic here, so they've got their flames up, and people are just rocking, listening to beautiful solo synestheres. Got shifted to that perfectly clear voice that just rings like a bell, serenading this part as you walk into the salty boot.
And then I finished the song, and just in typical fashion, crowd surf to my seat,
Nice.
and then just waved them over like over here.
Oh,
Awesome. See Charles
Hello.
and Ashavar come over to sit down too.
And then
Never
all the food,
ceases to try.
like whatever I bought with my tips and whatever, I just got like the spread.
Nice. A lot of tasty snacky foods. A few of those like teaser trays that have like a bunch of different glasses of booze on it, and some others with like different snacks and stuff. Right. But it's nice, wholesome setting. There's a lot of, people are like going on and like singing some of their own songs out there on the floor. Other people are returning to their tables in the bar and such. But it's a very nice, uplifted atmosphere here. The lights strung around the ceiling, blues and clears and lights. You sit down, very comfy bar, same one as you had last time, a stool, and booth rather. And
Get us a round of shots.
Nice. Right away, ma'am. Someone shouts. And as you set up for that with the night, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session here. Lots of topics to discuss. All right. Oh my goodness. Thank you, players. That was a lot of fun.
thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Super fun as always. Definitely some knowledge dropped. Some things figured out. Some discussions to be had. Some Carmines to be humanoid. It's a lot of fun stuff. For anyone new here, if you had fun tonight, you've been watching Extremis. It's our Saturday night Sky Pirate campaign. Runs every Saturday night, almost every Saturday night. We have to make up sometimes. 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And consider giving us a follow if you had fun. There's a lot of other content that we have across the week that you can be alerted to. Bring up I've got to update the schedule. I'm so sorry. So we have D&D across the night, as you can see here. But on Thursdays, 4 to 7, we have Paint by Minis with Christy and Steph. And Christy shares all of these, her amazing insights. Christy's this incredible master mini painter. And it's so cool to see all the lighting effects, other things that you can just paint in. It's so cool. So go check them out. And we have 2 new campaigns coming up, Tuesday night and Friday night campaign. They'll be 9 to midnight. Tuesday's campaign is later this month. So look forward to that. It's called Sundered Fate. Ooh. Name reveal. You caught it here. Yay.
Wow, we didn't even have to have a party for that.
So, you so much for hanging out. It's always such a blast to have you in chat. And players, thank you so much. It's always so great to hang out with y'all and play this game. And just hang out. We're gonna raid over to Nimbly, who's gonna be one of the players in Tuesday night's campaign. So we'll just give them a little hype. consider giving a call Mad Bird Raid and chat, if you would, for some support, some branding, some hype. And look forward to catching you again soon. Hopefully we'll, at the very least, catch you next Saturday, next episode of Extremis, where we can break down some of this other stuff going on here. Take care, everyone. Have a
Yeah.
lovely night.
Bye.
Bye. Perfect timing, Steph.